CMPRadio.net. It's the station.
Come and take the way, get you niggas play with it, play with it, play with it.
CMPRadio.net. The voice of Chester.
CMPRadio.net, man. We are live. This is the morning meeting, man. What's up, y'all? Not for tea.
Hi, guys.
Say she ain't missing info anymore. I don't believe that.
John, stop telling me your business.
What's wrong with people telling you their business?
Because they don't really want me to talk about it. They want me to talk about it in a third-party point of view.
Oh.
Like somebody else told me. If you don't want me to say you said it, don't tell me.
That's snitching.
I'm just saying.
If they don't want you to tell you, they told you don't tell you?
Yeah, I'm talking about their own business, though. Don't call me and tell you your business and then don't say I said it. It's your business, right?
Yeah, but that's why they call you, so you can say it. And act like you don't
Okay,
know.
so that's why they called me to say
Yeah.
okay, I got you. I'm going to tell him.
You like the damn.
I'm going to tell him. Talk about
Let's talk about what?
brother
Brother Mustafa over here.
You should be honored by my lateness.
Should we? And why should we be honored by your lateness, bro?
Because if I talk about God, my records won't get played. Huh?
So if you talk, so you saying they talking about God? That's why they not playing the record?
I mean, that's what the whole thing is about. Is it not?
I don't know. I thought it was talking about Satan.
Who mentioned Satan? Nobody ever mentioned.
That's what the Book of Revelations that they speaking on is about.
Who are we talking about?
Aren't we talking about them?
I don't know who them
His
is.
cousins and them.
Why they ain't showing up?
It's showing up, bro.
I'm up
it's
here.
On live. CMPRadio.net. What's?
I
Sometimes.
don't know. Are we talking about them?
Are we Are we talking about Kanye and Kyrie, what they said, or are we talking about the people that they said it about? I think we should talk about Kanye and Kyrie and what they said, as opposed to going at the J word.
The J word.
Because I can't afford to be
the
blocked
J-word.
or suspended or
I was just
fined.
calling them them.
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 Well, we can say them.
Yeah.
Them
Right
is
here.
you, though.
Them is you.
Them is not me. Not
Them
today.
you.
Not today.
Okay.
Ooh. How is not? I don't.
You sorry?
I'm just saying, just talk about them. Like, just leave it at them because, like, apparently they're making an impact, on the
Something black
world.
people don't do.
And everybody got their panties in a bunch, but everybody's also scared to mention them or speak about them because of the ramifications that come behind that. So, like, how do you get your point across about what they are actually doing, or what Kanye or Kyrie are actually trying to do, or which is bring awareness? How do you get your point across without mentioning them?
You don't.
Because black
It's
people ain't
not
got
meant for-
unity.
It's not. I said the other day is because we don't have anywhere to go. P always say that we as Black Americans have no home, so we have nowhere to go.
You got a home, you right here in it. You just got to put your feet down and fight sometimes. Like right now, as black people, we should be boycotting the same way they boycott. So y'all want to keep hurting our public figures and hurting people in our community, or y'all want to say offensive stuff to us, we should have been boycotting, but we ain't been boycotting. We've been lost the spirit of the boycott.
Well, I mean, didn't Kanye say it's worthless to boycott because no matter how you look at it, we still gonna need them? Like every avenue of business, it has something to do with
We don't
them,
know
right?
more. We really
No more
don't
where?
anymore.
Where you gonna put your money at?
So here we
In
go.
a black bank?
No, listen. Yeah, in a
But
black
who,
bank.
Who insures the black bank? Let's be clear.
We can get a black insurance company
black
to insure the
insurance
black
company.
people.
Where? That's not what it say though. When you go to, because you got United, you got something United.
Right.
That's a black bank.
Right.
There are only 3 of them in the whole United States.
Right.
But they're insured by the same bank that Wells Fargo is insured by.
By the same insurance company.
Yeah.
Right. And most banks are insured
By the same, so it's still them, right?
But that's high up, right? That'll show that you're deliberately trying to hurt us. If they say they're not, since we got a black president, look, everything's fine in America. What are you talking about? Everything's good. A black man can be president. You feel me? And then we'll show you how important the presidency is. We'll put an idiot in there right after you're black. So anybody can be president.
Yeah.
You feel me? Just to knock us right back down to where we were. So, I understand the powers that be don't want us to continue to move and don't want us to have unity, but we have to want that.
What they don't. What you listen? We already don't got unity. They ain't got to beat that out of us no more.
Yeah,
what they
don't
have
forget-
is unity.
Right.
What the J community is showing right now is unity. They gonna knock you off of every platform that they're possible to control. But what the blacks have that we don't acknowledge anymore is the power of the dollar. Like the power of the spending dollar is in our control.
Absolutely.
Right.
Henceforth, back when, remember they did that bus boycott?
Right.
Shit ain't get real until 1,000 Negroes across the world stopped riding a bus and everybody started walking to work.
But you know what they made? So I forgot what I was just watching the other day, and they were having an open debate on the show, and they were saying the boycott actually made black businesses lose money. And that they use that against us. Like we're trying to kind of sort of get equality, and we want understanding that we are just as tired after getting off of work as they are. We shouldn't have to walk over to the back. But because people didn't take the bus routes, they only walked directly to work and directly home. So they didn't go to these small businesses to patronize them. Because they didn't have a way to get there. And that it said that
most of the black communities where they lived at, it was black stores where they lived at.
But
So
if I gotta be to work at 9 o'clock, I can't stop at CMP because I gotta be to work at 9 o'clock, and it takes me 30 minutes to walk to where I'm going.
Right.
So I no longer can patronize you, right? And then when on my
in the
way
morning,
home,
you can do it after you get off.
on my way home, 9 times out of 10 you close. I get off at 5, you close at 5. I get off at 4:30.
Now I'm staying
you close
open late.
at 5.
Now the store
So you
owner
should
has to
adjust
stay
your
open
time.
late.
But that wasn't what they were doing. They said
So
after the boycott,
I believe whatever show you just seen that said that to you is a way of them showing you on TV not to boycott, to put in some type of
I don't
theory
think- it wasn't
in your
that.
mind.
It wasn't
because
that. It was an argument between the two
okay.
young people.
But you can't listen to this though, right? We can't sit here and be like, we shouldn't band together because then you can't support the businesses or something like that. Like, because the fact is that we don't stand together on shit except for cops shooting us. That's
We
the
don't stand
only
together.
time you see people stand
So
next
we
to
don't-
each other.
We don't stand together for that either. That only lasts for a minute and then it's going, right?
Why is it
So
going?
when I said
Because Black Lives Matter was owned by a white company.
So when I finally said I watched the show Karen, and in the show Karen, the cop states, "Oh, don't worry about it. They only be in it for the moment, and then they'll forget about it. They'll keep right on going on with their lives. They only deal with it for a week or two, and then they forget about it." Which is the guy's honest
He
truth.
wasn't lying.
He's
He was
not
being
lying.
real serious. But he's saying that because it's shown during time.
Right.
You feel me? It's a repeated cycle that happens over and over and over again. Like right now, like I said, when they just decided, whether you agree with what Kanye West said or not, right? Just like with Donald Trump, half the white people that are my friends didn't agree with what Donald Trump said. But guess what?
Right.
They let him
stood
be
by
president.
him.
Right.
They stood by him.
They stood by him.
Like that disgruntled wife is still my husband, no matter what, good or bad. We'll discuss our bad inside though. But we as blacks don't do that. We
Why?
never have that.
You don't think that see, and then they do this anti-Semitic thing, and I'm just saying, when it comes to that, so it's like, okay, so this is hurtful to our community. When you do X, Y, Z, this is hurtful.
You got lit.
You got lit on your mouth.
I don't care.
Anti-Semitic.
Oh,
So let's just talk about what anti-Semitism is, right?
Go ahead, break it down to
Anti-Semitic
us.
is hostile or prejudice against Jewish people.
Right.
Just Jewish people.
Okay.
Where is it hostile or prejudice against?
To say I'm Jewish.
No, or against black people. What is that?
Well, they never.
This
they
is
never,
racism.
well, if they don't
And
look at us
racism-
as humans, then why would they look at us as people? They don't look at. They don't. Why would they consider us? They be hostile and.
Do you believe that you're human?
I know I'm a human.
Do you believe that you're human?
I believe just like they do.
I believe I'm the art
We were all
monster.
created by one God, literally. You feel me? Like we could sit there and break it up and break it down and do all that stuff, but one God created all of us. You feel me? And
Depending on your religion.
they're different languages. We all the same. We all got 5 fingers. If a person has 2 heads, then they were created by somebody else.
I know Siamese twins.
Yeah,
How
but
you-
they also
how
have
you-
2 hearts.
how you know?
Two
Everything. That was
school
2
with
different people, right? But I'm talking about one person, 1 heart, 2 lungs, 1 liver, 2 livers, 2 kidneys, whatever. And so you look at, and they got 2 heads and they got 1 eye on each head. You feel me? It's like, yo, you were created by something else. You know what I mean? But we're all the same here on this planet. So it's like, why are we so against each other as far as black people? Why don't we want to see each other just do better? Like, why is it so
They
hard?
done, it's beat into your system now.
Because they've made us think that one can't do better than the other, and because it's such a bad stigmatism on it that once the one gets to doing better, he goes over to the Caucasian race anyway. That it's like, wow, why would I help him anyway? Like you got it. So Russell Simmons said, "We will support Kanye in his stand if he starts to manufacture." It's a stipulation behind it. If he starts to manufacture his own product. He didn't say we're going to support Kanye because he's correct. It's if he starts to manufacture his own product. That why does it have to be an if in there? Why can't we just say, okay, hey, Black America, we're going to support Kanye because obviously they're afraid of what he's telling us. So something has to be the truth in there. And what did Kanye say? If I die, we know who did it. He said, look at the greats. And I've been saying this on CMP for years. The greats never lived to live out their legacy. They have to be tainted somewhere along the way.
And we help taint it.
And we help taint them. We make jokes about it. We look at them as if their legacy doesn't mean that our children can have one sooner or later. Like we just go on with it. White America busts through with the joke and we take it and run with it. Like I could not understand for the life of me how Jeffrey Dahmer became a joke.
Isn't that anti-Semitic?
No.
No.
Jeffrey Dahmer ain't Jewish.
No, listen to what I'm about to say here, right? So anti-Semitic, give me the definition again. Reread your definition of anti-Semitic.
Hostile or prejudice against Jewish people.
Okay, so wouldn't that be black anti-Semitic? Wouldn't that fall under the theory of I fear for my life now because these people are making Halloween costumes about that. Jeffrey Dahmer was running around killing a bunch of black people. So you understand what I'm saying? So hold on.
Right,
Imagine if a bunch of black people for Halloween walked around wearing Hitler outfits. Wouldn't that be anti-Semitic towards the Jewish people?
Absolutely. Kanye, it was said that Kanye wanted to name his album Hitler. And they was like, no, you can't do that. It's like, no, you can't do that. That's against us. Why would you want to go against us? But yet you got all these rappers out here talking about killing, raping, killing,
Blacks,
selling drugs,
anything in
taking
the
this.
black community.
Keep on doing that to them so they stay down and we'll keep taking the money and rising up.
I just felt like the moment that they boycotted Kanye, we should have boycotted Adidas. We should have said we're not wearing Adidas no more.
All of
and
it.
with
I mean,
every clothing line that started boycotting them, if we'd have all said we're not buying
Miss
those
Rachel.
clothes, and if everybody that was rich said it too, you know, the Floyd Mayweathers and the Jay-Z's and all them stepped up and said, we not doing that.
So that's like, all right, y'all know I hate to talk about history, but I'm gonna go ahead. So that's like on the slave ships, they were afraid to step up and step up and to like protect the women from being raped, or hey, it's so many of us. Like I'm willing to die so that you don't beat my brother the way I know you will. They're scared to step up and say, hey, Kanye, we on your side. We could take our money and put it under the mattress too, but we're on your side because they're afraid of what rights they will be stripped of. And that's how it go. Like everybody is afraid of their own personal gains being taken away from them. It's not like they want to. They don't in the house. Okay, before they used to say the whites talked about us at the table. They didn't bring it out as vulgar as they did when Trump was in office. So we can talk about wanting to support him in the house. We could talk about, okay, well, if he does this, then we'll go ahead, we'll jump on a bandwagon and we'll be there for him. We'll talk about that in private rooms. We won't disperse it and yell it loudly from the rooftops, hey, I'm supporting Kanye. Nobody will do that in fear that the Jews are going to come to, hey, man, listen, we can no longer house your monies. You got to take it away from here. Or, hey, we can't hold your mortgage no more. or hey, we can't. They own everything. When Kanye was telling us to buy
But
land,
the boycott
because
stuff,
land was one thing that they wasn't going to ever replace. When he said buy all the land that you could, Black said you crazy.
Listen to
There's
this.
nothing on it. There's no value to it.
But I'm saying to you, right, at the line of where you're saying like, we could boycott at any given time, right? Mm-hmm. And it will affect them in such a way that they would have to shut up.
Only for a period of time, though.
Well, what? What's
they say,
only a
we
period
only
of
do it
time?
momentarily. So they know
No,
they
I'm
can
saying-
wait it out. They got enough. They have enough to say, okay, they
No.
only gonna boycott us for 60 days.
That ain't
They
true
can wait
because
it out for 60
blacks
days.
have boycotted stuff for way longer than that. Prime example, when Jay-Z said stop buying Cristal, I ain't seen a nigga with a Cristal bottle since.
Yeah, it got expensive.
The price.
He
went
said
up.
no. He said stop buying it.
Right.
Yeah,
Remember
but
at the
the
one
price
point in
went
time,
up.
Right.
he told everybody go buy Douce because this is the new move. Everybody went to Douce.
Right.
But the price of Cristal went up. To
It,
make it so that
it doesn't
we
matter
can
what the
do it.
price was. Niggas go to Cooper's and spend $600 for a section for a $25 bottle. I'm pretty sure.
Yo, you
I'm
get
saying
through.
when people want to boycott certain things, they can.
They
And it
can,
won't affect you. But we don't stick together on nothing.
Because they say we only going to do it momentarily. We need a long-term effect. We don't need the time for right now effect.
So
We
the
need
long-term effect is you need to figure out who owned Walmart. Stop going there. See, Negroes can't do that.
We know who owns Walmart.
Yeah. But why
Who?
we gonna put Walmart in?
The person that owns it.
owns it?
Ain't none of us.
You start affecting their bigger companies. What? I'm dead
Ain't none
serious.
of us. Costco and Walmart are owned by the same people.
If the moment that Shaq got on there, but see, this is my thing. I don't want to go against other black folks. But listen, you got bulls like Shaq and Charles Barkley
Who went against Kyrie?
who went against Kyrie. Charles Barkley, do you know the decisions you made as a basketball player were some of the dumbest idiot decisions you ever made in your life?
He's
Go
an
back.
idiot basketball player though.
That's what so for you to throw the stone at him.
You don't have no
For his
choice.
opinion.
Your paychecks come through. If you're comfortable living the lifestyle you're comfortable living, you're not going to make any quims or qualms about him doing what he's doing.
But say again, that's the fear of them stripping you of what you have. That's the fear. If a bank can come in and tell you, I'm no longer going to hold your mortgage or your money, that's the fear. What do I do after that? Where am I going to move? Then everywhere you try to move into, okay, yes, Kenny owns the building, but Kenny's mortgage is still held by them. So now Kenny is trying to rent to this person that they just stripped them of everything. And it's so, I thought that in America they have to take me to court. They don't even have to take me to court to tell me they're not going to hold my mortgage no more.
This is America. The house
super
in
crazy.
Washington, D.C. is white.
So how do you expect for somebody to support you and not be in fear of losing their own? That's why blacks don't support. Because number one, every time a black community come up, somebody come in and try to get it. Every time a black community come up, and guess what? One of us will sell it the fuck to them. One of us will sell it to them. Buy the block. Buy the block. I just seen it on Instagram. Buy the block. It's for sale. They ain't even got a black investor in that group to say.
In what group?
I'll tell you later.
I'm lost. What group you talking
I'll tell
about?
you later. But buy the block. Okay, buy the block. Sell it to the fucking black community, though. Tell them, get 9 investors coming here and let's buy this block. Instead of taking the highest bidder, knowing what they going to do to it. They don't... Overtown is dominantly black right now.
It's dominantly black, and nobody is selling it to...
One person will say, I want out, and will sell it to a Caucasian, and that will take the block somewhere else. And that's how it goes.
It's never going to happen. Knock on wood.
But that's how it is, though.
It takes for black people to understand a person's vision to support it wholly and truly. You feel me? And then that person also has to reach out to us and talk to us and have meetings with us. How many meetings have we had as black people to sit there and say, and I know Nav hate meetings, but how many meetings have we had to plan out what we're doing over the next 10 years to say, this is what we're doing, this is what we want. We don't really have those meetings.
Yeah, but
and then we look at,
after the meetings, we do have the meetings. It's just what comes next.
Right, the work isn't being done.
Yeah,
right?
nobody gets out there and push the broom because everybody want to get out there and cut the ribbon. Don't nobody want to push the nail. Don't nobody want to get out there and dig the foundation. Nobody wants to do that, but they want to cut the ribbon at the end. That's the problem. We can talk about it all day long.
It's
Nobody
people
wants
out
to
there
do
that
the
are
work to
doing
make
the
sure
work.
it's happening.
But what happens with these people that are doing the work is the same scale of what's happening to Kanye West at the top. It's something I'm not a psychologist, so I can't say exactly what it is, but it's something like sewn into black people's heads that make them go against each other. I'll give you a prime example. I go to McDonald's 3-4 times a week, right? 3 times out of me going to McDonald's, 2 times they fuck up my order by the time I get out the drive-through window.
Right.
I've never in my life seen a motherfucker get on the Instagram and say nothing about McDonald's. What does happen is I go to Miss Sonia's kitchen and she gave me sweet potatoes instead of the greens that I asked for. And by the time I get home, I didn't just call her back up and take my food back over there, but I went live. Man, fuck Miss Sonia. Miss Sonia gave me greens instead of yams. It starts all the way down here. When look, a person, let's just use Overtown for instance.
Right.
Somebody can come to you and say, hey, this building is right here for rent. It's $3,000 a month.
Right.
Man, I ain't paying that Overtown. I ain't paying that to nobody black. He black, he should be looking out for me, man. And then they go to media to open up their business and the building is $4,500 a month. And they call all their family.
Nobody patronize them out there.
But what I'm saying, and nobody patronizes you out there.
Nobody patronizes.
Because their community, guess what? Patronizes their community or the people that their community placed there. You understand? When they place a little Indian restaurant there, it's because they wanted Indian food within their reach.
Yeah, but again, they go and ask their community, what do we need? I just had a conversation yesterday and I asked, what is Overtown missing? And it was a broad spectrum of things that's missing, but no one can pinpoint just one thing. One thing that's missing to make everybody gravitate to Overtown again. It can't be a bunch of lounges and places to drink if there's no place to eat, if there's no place to buy the proper necessities that you need in life. It can't just be that.
It's missing this. Literally. You open up a big name Dunkin' Donuts, everybody comes. You open up a Starbucks, everybody comes. You
and
put
I
a
keep
corner
saying
store
the cafe
there.
is missing. A coffee shop with what you call it, Wi-Fi.
Right.
Is missing. Gives people a chance to sit down there and embrace what's going on. Put seating areas on the outside so they can embrace the scenery.
But if we have the opportunity, like we have the space, we have the storefront, where are the people that understand this? Where are the cooks at? Where are the people that want to open up?
They want to be paid more than what. See, one thing about somebody that know you, they don't want to pay you your value. They want to decrease your value while they increase theirs, and that's super sad. And that's another reason why the black community is how it is, because you don't want a person to be as valuable as you are. They have to be less than you in some type of way. So you want to pay them the $10 an hour when they're actually worth $20. You don't want to tell them, okay, I see you, bro. I see where you're trying to go with it. So here, I'm gonna give you what you're asking for, and then we're gonna go and make this work together. No, I'm gonna give you what I'm paying, or you can go find another job.
See, I think that even when that happens like that, though, Naf, this is what happens, right? You just said it right here, and this proves my point. And you didn't say nothing wrong, and you've seen it from your standpoint, right? But sometimes now you got to put on your owner standpoint and look at it from that standpoint. Sometimes when a black person I hire you, you're the best cook in the world, right? You're a sous chef, you got all these degrees under you, and I hire you and I say, look, I know what you was making down the stadium was $55 an hour. Right now I can only hire you at $15. Immediately you snap. Kenny don't want to hire me for what I'm worth. He did it to this, did it to that. No, it's not that I don't want to hire you for what you're worth. I'm just opening up this business. This is what I can afford to pay you. It's okay when you go to McDonald's and they say that to you, though. And it's okay when you go work at the hospital for the white person and he says, hey, man, the starting rate is $17 an hour here. But you got them same degrees. But when Black Kenny says it, that Black Kenny that just opened up the restaurant over town, and I say, hey, man, I can start you off at 15. It's, oh man, he don't want to pay me what I'm worth. He don't want to do this because of this. But I'm just starting. I have an overhead.
So I feel as though it's two ways to look at that, right? You can look at it from the point of what you're saying, right? I'm trying to pay you less than what you're worth. But you can also say, if I feel like you're worth it, I want you to be a partner in this situation.
Or we're going to do this 90 days and then I'll give you a raise. Because if you worth what you say you are, they going to come. They coming for you now. They're not coming because this is my place.
Right.
If you are worth what you say you are, so at the job, right? You start off and they don't give you benefits until 90 days in.
Right.
They want to see that you're here,
Right.
you're dedicated,
Right.
and you're bringing the experience that you say you have. So once you get to your 90 days, am I giving you that raise? All right, I'm gonna take this $15 an hour, not because I need the job, but because I believe in what you have. But I know me, so I know what's coming behind me. Are you going to give me the raise as the black man, or are you still going to keep me at $15 an hour when I know what you're bringing in? So I don't watch you go from 5 customers to 50 a day. Are you going to give me what
I don't like you talking like that. You know why?
Why?
Because you're a business owner. So
Okay.
yeah, you watch my cash register and you seen what I was bringing in every day. But as a business owner, did you know that my
I know
rent?
what you
Hold on.
I
Did you
know
know
what
that
you
my
gotta
mortgage
take out.
was this? Did you know
Yeah.
my taxes was this? Hold on. Did you know that when I go to Jetros to get my products, that because of the gas inflation, that chicken wings went from $50 a case to $100 a case? I know you know that, but I'm just saying.
No,
in
I
general,
heard about 'em.
sometimes us listen. Nothing starts off on boss status.
Right,
Everybody
but
got to start off on the ground floor. You
But
ever
I show-
you ever
but
see them
I gave
movies
you
back in the
90
day?
days.
Hold on,
I
let me
gave
finish
you
my
90
conversation. You ever see them movies of them corporate places where you go in there, right, and the first place they give you a job at is the mailroom?
Right.
You got all your degrees, you done graduated college, you want to be on the top floor with all the lawyers and the
gotta
doc-
work your way
They
up.
like, nah, you got to start in the mailroom.
Right.
Us as blacks sometimes don't want to start busting dishes.
I mean, don't nobody want to start there.
But it doesn't matter where you start at, you got to start busting
But
dishes.
that's what I said. Everybody wants to cut the ribbon. Don't nobody want to build the foundation.
You were
They don't
talking
wanna
about
do the shovel.
somebody taking a $40 pay cut.
Yeah.
That's $2,200 a week. 40 hours at $55 an hour is $2,200 a week, as opposed to you now paying them $600 a week.
All right,
That's
so here you
sick.
go.
That's missing.
So,
So
but
it's
my
See,
question
I would
is-
expect both of y'all to understand
No.
this, and let me tell you why, though, right? Both of y'all are business owners.
Right.
So hold on, let's do this real quick here. On your highest paid day, right, if you don't mind disclosing this, give me a round figure, Pierre. What's the most you could make if you did all, like if people rented you to come do their events? But for a rental of
8
CMP,
hours.
how much does it cost an hour?
$100.
$100, boom. So that means he gets paid $100 like a doctor. If not for T, what's the most you ever made, let's just say, for a catering job that took you 2 hours to do?
3,000.
$3,000. As a black business owner, right? This is where I feel like we fuck up at talking to these kids. Every fucking day, I take that $3,000 pay cut. Because Nafati takes a $3,000 pay cut because she comes outside in Holy City and sweeps up. Pierre takes his $100 pay cut per hour because you go outside of your radio station now and you speak to the people. There's no money. Kenny, I get paid a lot of money to do a fucking paint. And guess what I do every morning? And everybody on Avenue of the States does that owns businesses. We get out and we clean up.
Yeah, but-
So listen to what I'm saying. That goes in, all those hours of pay cuts, that's part of becoming part of a community or becoming part of a self-owned business.
Oh, I understand that, and that's why I was saying if you're approaching, we're talking about a single man though that
Yeah.
has a job at the making $55 an hour, and you talking about coming in at 15. That's why I said bring him in as a partner. He doesn't have to be a 50-50 partner.
Why ain't I your partner here then yet? Why ain't me and Nafati your partners here?
What'd you say?
This is Pierre's station. Why aren't we your partners then?
Y'all
I've been
are?
with you from neuter to the tutor.
So
no.
you saying you're not my
It's
partner?
not because
No, I'm your brother, and I'm
Right.
here, and I do work at CMP, but why ain't I your partner then?
Have
I'm
you ever
here.
asked?
I'm just asking now.
Have you ever said, yo, P, I'm trying
I'm asking now.
Don't come here with this. If you don't have an interest in it, and you're talking about opening up a restaurant and hiring somebody, so at the day, you know you can't afford to pay him $55 an hour, but you have so much on the other side that you haven't seen yet. And if you know he's that good and you want him
Yes.
there, instead of saying, no, I need you to work for $15 an hour, say, listen, man,
Can
I'll
we start
pay you,
here?
but I'll give you 20% of this company, right? And
Or-
from there, you keep working. Right now, you got equity. He has equity in the situation. He wants to see it grow. You want to see it grow. We can talk, and then in 3-4 years, we can come back and have another conversation. Listen, we want to open up a second joint. Now your ownership can grow.
So you do understand, right? A lot of people don't obtain the dialogue to have these type of conversations.
Right.
There's a lot of great people out here, right, that do great jobs and great positions in life, but they don't hold enough intellect to sit with a boss and say, hey, man, you know I'm doing great here. You know, in a couple months, can I get a raise, this and that? A lot of people don't even ask for a raise till the bills get hefty at the house, or until someone
they
else.
don't.
Listen, a lot of times a person will go work somewhere, right? And he doesn't go to the boss and tell him the problems. He goes home and tells his wife the problems.
Yeah, but you don't go to your boss and ask for a raise either. Your boss knows that your job, as to what you're doing, will get you the raise. He's supposed to offer you a raise. As the owner of a company, you're supposed to offer the raise. I shouldn't have to come to you and say, hey, listen, I think I'm due for $1 raise this month. You know that I've done enough in this company that I should receive a raise. A company gives you a raise every 90 days to every year. It depends on what company you work for. People get quarterly raises, people get yearly raises. But if you telling me to work for you for $15 an hour, you've already factored in your bills. I don't have to factor that in. But I know that your revenue that came in has changed since I got here. So I need you to show me appreciation and tell me, hey, listen, I can't take you to the 55 yet, but I can take you to the 25 from the 15.
This is the real world. You know that, right?
Yeah, and in the real world, if you was in a restaurant by yourself and did not have an employee to help you, you would not make it. In the real world, McDonald's can't make it with just McDonald himself. He cannot make it.
You talking about the guy that gives you 50-cent raises?
He has to hire you. He gives you $1.25 raise, and people accept that.
No, I
because
was there
that's
before.
what
It was 50 cent. It was
Boy,
50
that was
cent.
25 years ago.
I don't care. He don't give you no major raise.
It doesn't matter.
They not hyped to
The
give you a
point
raise when the
is-
raise
that's
comes.
what he
Guess how
is-
you get a raise at McDonald's?
That's what he is.
You know how you get a
giving
raise at McDonald's? You go to the fucking manager and you say, yo, I've been here for XYZ days. And they say,
No.
oh, my
It's already
bad.
in
I
the-
didn't give you the raise yet. Hold on, let me go get in my computer and do this.
No.
And they bump you up 45 cents.
Walmart. We just talked about Walmart. Walmart gives you a raise quarterly, according to what your section does. So if you work in home goods in Walmart and no one steals from you, you get a bonus and a fucking raise.
We can't
You don't
compare a
have to go
multi-million dollar
hard.
business
We
with a black-owned
You
business.
just did.
Like, I'm
You
just saying,
did.
you're over
What
here
you
listening to what I'm just
did.
saying, though.
What you just did.
So you're
Did you
telling
just
me
compare McDonald's raises?
you can't tell me this type of weird stuff when it comes to these businesses. And I just asked you what you would pay me the other day, and guess what price you told me?
I told you $10 a fucking hour.
You just told me.
I factored in everything, and my outcome comes to $10 an hour.
There are things in business that you understand what you can afford and things you know you can't afford.
Now, either you're going to work for the 10 or you're not.
You gonna let the man talk?
It's going to be a kid that's going to take the
Hold up the
10.
thing again. Damn, she just cut you right. That was so anti-CMP-ish.
So we understand what Kyrie and Kanye did, right? It's what we all should do, right? We should be able to acknowledge the things that are broken and try to fix them. That's it, right? And I don't think it was a evil. And then you got Kanye because he said the things about George Floyd. You feel me? Like, so.
But so did you look at the whole entire video of the thing about George Floyd?
No, I didn't.
I don't think we should touch on it.
I really don't. Because
It's dangerous.
I
It's very.
just know what he really meant, right? He wasn't saying that, but I get
It's the
how,
breakdown of how they broke the video down without showing the extra.
And then he emailed the sister, he texted the sister, and he said, "I'm the only person that gave you $2 million.
$2 million send your kids in college.
I'm the only person that did all that, right? I'm not."
So what I said was taken out of content,
Right,
which is what
and-
most
and-
people do with words.
And that's what can happen. You say one thing one way, somebody else takes it another way and delivers it to somebody else that way, and then everything blows up. So, I want Kanye and Kyrie to understand, like, I'm for him. I'm supportive. I'm not going. It's the same way with Bill Cosby. I ain't destroy him. I'm just saying, damn, he was doing what everybody else was doing. Same way with R. Kelly. Oh, well, yeah, he was kind of wrong. You feel me? Like, so I don't.
How did he just go from Kyrie to Kanye
to Bill Cosby.
to R. Kelly peeing on somebody?
Yeah, I said he was wrong. I'm sorry.
mean, well, I don't know.
Taking out
'Cause
of
some
context.
people like it. Some people like it. That's all I got.
Let's
Some
not
people
open up
like
these
it.
doors.
We not go. Yeah, we gonna
Let's
leave
not
that
open up
shut
the door.
because I feel like with
Some
Bill
people
and
do
them,
like
if
it.
they
I
would
got-
have said it long ago, Bill wouldn't have got as far as he is now with it. You understand what I'm saying? I don't like the fact that I told y'all then. I don't like the fact that they waited 20 years for a check when they should have been saying it then because they was too worried about.
I don't
that
believe in
their
the Bill
career.
part.
I believe that Bill was
I don't
trying to
believe
buy
the Bill
NBC.
part.
He had the money. He should have did that when he was still had the show. He should have did that when he was still buzzing. He was still moving. He got a little bit older, and then people said, "Oh, you being crazy." But that's what he was trying to do. He was
Well,
trying to
that's
give.
anything.
Think of the black channel for us that we can tune into and see our culture in a good way. Name it. Huh? What's Home?
OWN got ratchet shows on there.
Oprah Winfrey Network.
And what shows do she have on there?
She has all black shows
Oprah?
on.
You mean the people, the lady that be tearing down our black leaders too?
Yeah, Oprah. She
Oprah,
has her
the
own
boy
show.
that was sitting next to what's the
Yeah.
boy that had his island?
Oprah.
So
What's the boy that had his island?
I'm not
that
gonna.
went to-
I'm not gonna
You asked
attack.
for a black
I'm not
network,
going to
I
attack.
gave it to you.
Right
BET
there it is.
was once a
Right.
black network,
Right.
right?
Now
And
they're
then
not.
they started saying, no, we
VH1,
gotta
they
be
sold the
diverse.
Viacom,
Yeah,
right.
so you got to look at it. OWN shows 100% black shows.
Right.
I don't
Tyler
care
Perry
if some of this-
was on OWN. He's
and
not
now
there anymore.
He's
Now-
building his own, but he went over to Netflix and he a little bit of everywhere.
He with BET.
Netflix too.
But if
And is he on Hulu?
but if BET ain't black entertainment television anymore, why are you there?
But didn't they change it from black entertainment television to something else?
What's the name of BET? What the BET stand
What did the
for
lady
now?
say at the awards? She didn't say black entertainment television.
That's
She
what-
said something else. I know what it stands for. I know what it always has stood
What,
for.
OWN?
No, BET.
Oh. Well, it don't stand for the same thing no more. It don't stand for the same thing when the Soul Train line was on it.
Okay, so
That
they
money
mad
was
at
broken
Kanye
down
West.
in his entire family. The daughter only
Not
got
mad at Amazon.
return it back. Kanye.
See, only part that I didn't
bad
understand.
about
So,
the mother.
if
Well,
who
can,
owns
can I say
Amazon,
something about the
Jamil?
Kanye part? My own feelings on it.
Go ahead.
The Kanye and George Floyd thing, right? And my only thing is, if you from a black neighborhood, and I say this to black people all the time. So if you watch the whole interview, he didn't say when they chopped up the interview. He said the part about the fentanyl being in George Floyd's system. Lord, let me say this the right way, and I'm saying it from my own standpoint. Okay, back in the day, I did drugs before.
Right.
Drug users have this thing that happens when you use drugs, you become Superman. I don't care what neighborhood you're from. If you were in a black community, you were affected by drugs in some type of way.
Right.
Someone in your family did drugs. And if you're from a black community, you know damn well that if you tried to fight a junkie, a crackhead, a guy on PCP, it was almost impossible. You seen the cops try to fight him, he get these superpowers. His heart is racing at an anonymous rate that's just out of control.
Anonymous.
And all he said was that it was fentanyl in his system. An altering drug, something that alters your heart rate, right? That's all he was saying. And you know, sometimes people take stuff out of context, and of course you got stuff where this stuff can be chopped up at and everything else, and then you get where you at. As black people though, right? We got to get past this part where just because Nafati says something I don't like, I all of a sudden stop supporting her and I'm ready to persecute her. You don't have to agree with what Kanye said, but that didn't mean y'all had to nail him to the cross too. You dig what I'm saying? Because quote unquote, every time these Ku Klux Klan members get on TV and say some rude shit about black people, guess what they say? They say, man, it's my First Amendment right.
Right.
When they march, when they tried to
see, we
march
not-
through this joint with
we not
with
giving-
Klan signs,
Yeah.
they said it's my First Amendment right.
It wasn't that-
No,
it wasn't
no
here.
cops hopped up and said, wait a minute, this is anti something.
That's-
Aren't they putting the black neighborhood in fear by walking through here with all these goddamn signs?
But that's the problem. There is no anti anything for,
For
black
blacks,
people.
there's nothing that
You feel
says
me?
that they're
Anti-
discriminatory towards us. There's none of that.
It's just racism.
That's it.
But when you do it,
And racism holds no weight.
And
So
on
Jewish
top of it,
people-
it don't hold no weight because the same things they say about us, we say about ourselves. That's
Right.
why it does not hold weight.
Right.
How
I've been
can
saying
get
that.
mad
I
at
agree.
him for calling me a nigger and I just let my bro call me a nigga?
Right.
I don't care how you say it. It's still the same exact words.
Henceforth, let's go back to Black Lives Matter.
right.
Well, we
Listen,
started.
you're not gonna tell me that Black Lives Matter to a bunch of niggas that kill niggas. You can't make it make sense to me. You can't make it make sense when these rappers get on there, right? And every
say-
song they had on their album, they done killed 100 black bulls on there. But then you got mad at Kanye for saying Black Lives Matter ain't right.
What
And
they
this
say?
is the same
What they say?
guy
I
who
split
ain't
the
say
block?
one cuss word
Right.
on his album. He ain't say one cuss word or no killing no black people for like 5, 6, 8 albums. None of his albums probably. But here goes somebody, let's even say it as a statute of Boosie B, who been accused of attempted murder, who got a crazy ass record, all his records talking about slumping other black people. He wasn't like, yeah, I'm going to Beverly Hills to shoot me a white boy. He talk about shooting niggas and then you say, man, black lives do matter. All behind a George Floyd comment.
Joke. It's a joke to us, though.
Ghetto
it's a joke.
Willie
it's
D
a joke
got on
in
there.
Our community. We want to march for people we never met. We don't
Exactly.
march for the kid that just got killed on the east side. So how can they take us seriously? How can they say that racism against us is a serious act in the United States when the people that it's an act against are as racist as they come to one another?
In Chester,
we
right?
look at each other as animalistic. We look at each other as low poverty. We talk about our neighbors as if we don't live on the same fucking block. So why would they take racism against African Americans or Black Americans, whatever, Black people, whatever we choose to be called today? Why would they take racism so serious against us when we don't take it as serious as we should?
Back in the day,
if we stop using the words and the actions, then they have no choice but to follow suit. The alphabet said we can't call them nothing but happy people. That's it. You can't call them nothing else. You call them what they are. You have to. I took my kid to the doctors and they told me I couldn't speak for my fucking son. How? Can he come here by himself? Then don't tell me what the fuck I can't do. Because if he can't come and sign himself in, you can't tell. He can't come to the doctors by himself before he's 18.
What was the show before Maury? What was the show with the boy that used to go over in Israel? He used to go to like all the wars. His hair used to go back. He was one of the first talk show boys that used to have the KKK and all that stuff on there.
Donahue?
Is it Donahue? He had the
Phil
crazy hair
Donahue.
going backwards.
You talking about
You know what I'm talking about? He used
Rivera,
to
the
even
Puerto
go
Rican
be in
dude?
shows, and he used to go to the war. He'd have his mic and be out at the war. Right. What's going on right now?
He didn't say that name again with the R.
Rivera?
Is that who it
That's
was?
who it is. Yeah, it gotta be him if it's not Donahue. It's him, but I know it's the one that used to act like he was in the army and all that stuff and talk all crazy. Yeah.
He used to get beat up at his shows and everything. One time the Ku Klux Klan guy was on there, right? And he said,
Geraldo
Rivera.
He said something on there one time, this Ku Klux Klan guy, and they always replay it. He said, we ain't gotta come in black neighborhoods and kill y'all no more. Y'all kill yourself. Nobody really listened to it, right?
One another, though, Jamil. We are racist to one another.
Listen,
you can't be racist because we are the most oppressed. No, we are racist.
The definition of
against each other.
racism, if we go by the definition, it can't apply to us because we don't have any power. It's the powerful holding people down is the
But
definition
in our
of
own
racism.
community, we have all the power. So when
We can be bigoted. We can be bigoted.
When
Very
I am
bigoted.
talking down about you and
Right.
constantly assassinating your character or whatever, and I look as if I'm better than you. Anything that I do to you, I treat you like you're trash.
So we do it to ourselves. Right,
So
to
why
ourselves.
would anybody else respect us in the manner that we're asking? At the end of the day, you can be racist as a black person. If you're prejudiced against someone else and you talk about them as if they're not a human being, you are racist towards them. If I talk about you as if you're not human,
I don't know, I gotta look at that
and I
definition
see you.
again.
I see you for how I see you. The racism in me says, I don't want to sit at the table with him. I don't want to eat after him. I don't want to touch his fork. I don't want to touch the doorknob after he touched it. I don't want to sit in the same room as him.
I feel
Because I think I'm
definition-wise,
something
right?
different.
I understand what you're saying. All right, so definition-wise, we go off a definition of racism, then we can't be racist against each other. Hold on, just listen. Let me finish.
No, I'm agreeing.
But I feel as though since us as blacks for the last 100 years have taken on these white systems, I feel like the racism that we treat each other with, I feel like the acts that we use against each other are a form of racism. You know?
I agree with that.
I feel like the acts, even though you can say, hey, blacks can't be racist against each other, I feel like the acts that we use against our brothers is a form of racism. I'm not going in that store. I don't support them people. I'm not going over there. They're going to use that money to XYZ. Look at such and such of them over there. Instead of me going over and speaking to them about my difference, I'll just call the police on them.
All right, so here's the definition of racism. Prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a people, person, or on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group.
So blacks can be racist. Since
Typically-
we don't know what racism is, Jamil.
Typically one that is a minority or marginalized.
So if I, a minority, have indifference with another minority, I am racist against that person. If I look at that person as if they are less than human, I am racist against that person. If I judge that person
It's
by the way they dress,
it's an act of it.
by the way they dress, the words that they use, if they don't speak proper English, if I don't want to breathe the same air as them in the same room, I am a racist.
Not so much. All right,
blacks
so
can
it has
be
to be.
racist.
Listen, it has to be a race against another race, but you are acting on these acts in a way. Does that make sense? Anyway,
Absolutely.
you
Blacks
understand?
can be racist. Plain and simple as that. Blacks can be racist.
I feel like we can be bigoted.
I feel like we can be racist.
Right.
You can dance around it all you want. It's still gonna come back to racism. It's still gonna come back to how you feel. Once a black man makes it to a certain stature and he moves out of the black community,
He don't gotta make. Listen, he ain't gotta make it out the statue. Is what I was about to say. I just proved that to you a second ago. You ain't gotta make it out. They start the shit ground zero.
If you don't like a person because of how they look or because of how they speak or because of what they do or because you are a racist, it don't have any. You can call it a bigot. You can call it whatever you want to call it. It's still going to lead back to racism.
Here's the definition of a bigot: a person who is unreasonably attached to a belief, opinion, or faction, especially one who is prejudiced against an antagonist or antagonistic towards a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular group.
Well, is that not racism? Is it not racism?
It's not racism. It's kind of
racism?
It's a different definition.
It's like whole milk, 2% milk, and 1% milk. The 2% milk and the 1% milk are not whole milk. Things have been removed from that. So racism is the top.
But the last part of that definition
is the same
was the
as
same
racism.
as racism, right? So
right.
it all leads back to what? Racism. No matter how you define it, no matter how you want to articulate it, it still goes back to racism.
But if I talk about God, my record won't get played.
Well, let's talk about this.
Why you got that shirt on now? Shout out to the Eagles, 8-0.
You see my
Shout out
cup
to the
too?
Eagles.
Yes. What are we? If your team ain't 8-0, don't talk to me.
Damn.
Don't talk to me.
So
I didn't even know you was an
conversation?
Eagles fan.
Boy, she
You was
been
a
an
lie.
Eagles fan.
You ain't.
That got to be a
That's
bullface. I'm
crazy.
an all-around Phillies fan. Period.
You live in Chester.
I don't care. I'm an all-around Philadelphia team fan.
So you watch the
with the
Phillies
soccer
too?
team, I do. I was so.
You watch the
depressed
Flyers
last night.
too?
They stressed me out last night.
Why did they stress you out? Because Meek Mills was there?
What?
Oh, I
Meek
thought
Mills
Meek
was
Mills
there?
was at the baseball game. Meek Mills wasn't at the baseball game?
Nah, but he.
I don't know. I don't watch sports at all. I'm just asking.
See, I watch sports.
Okay.
I'm in the house.
He was at the
As
Eagles
soon
game?
as soon as I turned the Eagles
He was
game
at the
on
Eagles
last night,
game?
They got interception. No, I don't know.
Who got
I'm
it?
not a fan.
I fell asleep. I was gone, bro. I was done. I
For
was
real,
tired.
that was
Yeah.
a very good game.
I was tired.
Hands down, that was a good game. They was tied up majority of the game. One scored, the other one scored. I mean, but they was rumbling on the field. You hear me?
Who was rumbling? What's the
fighting,
name- what's
not
the name of the-
fighting. They
what's
was
the
just
name
playing
of
a
the
good game. They had a
running
good
back?
game.
Who y'all running back? I'm asking.
You.
See, she ain't no real Eagles fan.
How you
Who
gonna
the
say
wide receiver?
You.
Ooh.
Who?
What?
Who the wide receiver for the Eagles?
A.J.
You.
Brown.
Oh.
Devontae Smith.
Oh, you an Eagles fan?
Yeah, I
guess.
mean, you know. I got that joint tab.
You just
She just look at the numbers
You just
and
want
run
me to
around.
not be an Eagles fan because I watch sports and you don't. You was the same person that said they had a slam dunk and it was baseball. Like I'm not
That's
paying you no
my
mind.
whole point.
Go ahead, yeah. You see that slam dunk? I ain't playing with him.
And last time I seen the Eagles score, I was in the bar. I yelled,
You're not a-
"Home run, motherfucker!" They was like, "What?
What?
It's like home run?
No.
Home run?
Touchdown.
Okay, forget it. Just give me another shot."
Touchdown.
Yeah, but you know, the Eagles is 8-0. Shout out to them. I'm just saying.
You think they gonna go all the way?
Yeah.
Why
Of
everybody
course I
take?
think my team
Why all
will go
Eagles
all the way.
fans take that deep breath when you say that?
No, I was already
you know what I mean?
taking a
They
deep breath.
think
You
it.
caught me
They-
off guard. I didn't expect you to ask me that.
Like, listen.
I saw somebody say the Bills
When if
and
the
Eagles for
Patriots,
the
if the
championship.
Patriots right now, right?
No, don't put them in.
Listen to what I'm
They
just
trash,
saying.
bro.
Right.
Name anybody, any other team, right? Like, so if the Patriots was 7-0 or 8-0 right now, right?
Like, damn
and
right
I
they
would have
going
went
to the
to,
Super Bowl.
and I'd have said, Joe, do y'all think the Patriots going all the way? Y'all
Damn
have said,
right.
fuck yeah, nigga, you don't see what's going on? If it was when Elway was playing, I said, yo, is there a team going all the way? You said, yeah, man, hell yeah.
yeah.
You ask an Eagles fan, oh man, y'all 8-0, y'all going all the way? They be like, well, we killing them right now, nigga.
That's not what we said. That is so wrong.
We good as shit right now, dog.
They going all the way. For
Everybody
sure.
always take a deep ass breath. Like,
They going all the way. Get the buses ready. We going up top.
so what
We
about the
gonna get
Sixers?
busy.
Is they coming in heavy this
we
year?
talking about the Eagles.
We talking
right
about the
now.
Eagles right
I'm just
now.
asking.
We
The
talking
Sixers,
about the
the
Eagles.
Sixers
Talking
did
about
good
football.
last season,
We
right?
talking about
We
football
talking
right
about
now.
the Eagles,
Okay.
bro.
Talking about football
We
right now.
talking about the
But
Eagles.
y'all got the Phillies
Stay
in the
with the
championship
Eagles,
too.
bro.
Talking about football right now.
Yeah,
What about
stay-
baseball?
I don't watch baseball. So listen,
Miss
this is
y'all
what
these all around
no one
Philadelphia
expected
fans.
the Phillies to do what they're
They do.
doing,
No.
and absolutely nobody expected the Eagles to be where they're at right now, right? So all of this is surprising, and it's like it's nice, but you know, at some point you're gonna have to wake up. I just hope it's next season. You feel me? I want to stay asleep, so we win the Super Bowl, we do everything we need to do, you know, and it's over.
I don't give a shit. I hope y'all niggas will get together and boycott all this shit.
I tried that. You remember when Kaepernick?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole Eagles, so I'm like, damn, maybe I should go back to doing that. Not watch the Eagles this season, boycott football,
Shut up, Yvonne.
and the Eagles always win. You know what I mean?
Because it's so, all right, it's so funny, right? That all you really got to do is boycott one thing, and rich people start calling other rich people.
Absolutely.
And then shit changes.
And then they drop the prices and put everything on sale. And guess what? Black people love a sale. They
Nah,
drop. That's what happens. I'm dead serious. So listen.
No, the new version. The new version of niggas do this. See, them old, your grandfather and them.
Oh yeah, well you can't compare.
When it was different. Like I
can't
said, when they
compare
did that bus boycott,
Right.
they only listen to me. It's right now we got SEPTA, right? Just hear me out. It's 1,000 other entities going on. Back then it was 1,000 other major entities going on, and everybody, shit, you would have thought that Ford Motors and Chrysler and all of them would have said, shit, they boycotting buses. We're about to sell more cars and stuff. But no, that one bus boycott got that guy that owned the bus thing got on the phone and he took all that race. Remember, he had a racist Coca-Cola thing on the front of the bus. Mm-hmm. All that racist shit got took off the bus, and every other company filed with him, and then we got everybody back on the bus. If you did the same boycott, like right now, boycott Roku sticks.
After that, we got back on the bus.
Boycott milk, boycott Wawa, boycott one thing. Everybody stop going to Foot Locker.
And guess what they say? Guess what happens though? You boycott this, right? You said they took the racist thing off the front of the bus,
But
right?
they still racist.
And then we all got back on the bus. But guess what they did after that? They put it right back on there. They put the labels right back on there. Or they hit them right in plain sight. Because guess what we do? We walk with our heads down instead of our heads held high. So we don't see it. So guess what? We got back on the bus. Business went back to usual. And they took a hit, but they doubled up. Because guess what they did? They raised the price of the fare. Now instead of it being $0.25 to ride the bus, it was 50 cents to ride the bus. And it may not be a big deal right now, but it was back then. So okay, we're going to give them what they want for the time being because, again, they are momentary people. They only do and have actions for a moment, and then they let it go. 3-4 months down the line, they the fuck out what they fighting for.
So let's talk about that, George. Let's go back to that. That happened during COVID when everybody was in the house. Mm-hmm. Had that would have happened during regular time,
nobody would have noticed.
Nobody would have even said anything.
We just was sitting in front of a
But
television
what happened
for
is
years.
the busy lives got chopped down. People were in their house watching TV, and white people got to saying, "Oh my
wow,
God,
this is really happening."
oh wow, they don't do that to us." That's
So the
all
compassionate,
right?
Let me
white
tell
folks
you
started
something,
to.
right?
But then you got that one old ass grandpa, man, they been doing that to them niggas.
Right.
Let them have their own fight.
Right.
They said the only way racism can stop between them is with this new generation of kids that's coming up because they are so connected because they have gone through so much together. The only way racism can even halfway stop is if this new generation of kids that are here now stops it.
I got a question for you real quick.
Where they still going over Grandpop Ed's house and Grandpop Ed still telling them why blacks don't mean shit. What's your question?
What year was the George Floyd murder?
2020.
2020. Did anybody remember? So why is it that everybody, right, was hell-bent over making Black Lives Matter when George Floyd happened, right? George Floyd was maybe, I'm not taking away, God bless him and his family and all this other type stuff, right? There was dozens and way more murders caught on camera before George Floyd.
True.
And I'm gonna take you back to
And he
one
just told you
specific
why.
one, right? Why didn't anybody care this much about the Fruitville Station murder?
Because everything kept
Kept
moving.
going.
No,
He
listen
just
to-
told
listen-
you we was
no,
at a
hold on,
standstill when
hold
George
on,
Floyd.
listen
We
to-
had to sit home and watch it on TV.
Let me make my point
How
here.
many minutes was it? 8 minutes that we sat there and watched him kneel on that man's back for 8 minutes on TV, bro. Where was you going at? You couldn't go outside. They told you we had to stay in the fucking house.
No, you didn't go outside. I was hustling. I was outside.
We was outside.
I was
We
outside.
all was outside.
Right.
But
I was working.
America was not outside.
Yeah.
Guess what was closed? Everything. Restaurants. You was picking
Right.
your food up curbside,
Right.
going home and eating. You no
Right.
longer was sitting inside the restaurant having a conversation with
You
your
watching the
family,
news to see
which
when they
you normally
gonna
would
let
be
you back
doing.
out, and this is what's
Yeah.
on the news, right? This is what's going on.
This is right here in our face. That's the only reason why. Sandra Bland, they just said the evidence about Sandra Bland that came out, and they trying to kill one of the cops that's going against them now. So all of these things was publicized, but we didn't have time to pay attention to it because we were so busy with our other lives. If COVID didn't teach us nothing else, it told us to pay attention because they were blindsiding us with so many things before we had to sit in the house. They shut down the whole world. Go home. shut your jobs down, go home, and figure out how to make your business work from the comfort of your home. They was giving people remote positions, giving them
First
laptops
off,
and sending them home.
I want you to stop talking about the COVID time. Because my man was in office. He blessed y'all black folks with some bread, and y'all blew that shit. Okay? All of y'all. Y'all hood bulls, y'all blew that shit. Y'all opened up fake Navy credit, made Navy federal credit joints. Y'all asked for a whole lot of money for businesses that y'all ain't have, and then y'all ain't even start the businesses that you said you had. So I don't want y'all to talk about COVID time, okay? Because my man Donnie, he blessed y'all.
If we gonna talk about
Donnie flew them checks out to y'all.
See, I can't talk.
He ain't even hold them checks on y'all. He gave y'all the checks. And when he said the checks was coming, y'all clicked a couple things on your cell phone. Bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. He got you your money.
Yeah.
So let's not talk about COVID. I'm waiting for COVID Part 4 to come out right now.
That's reparations.
That's what you considered it? Reparations? They
I
gave it
mean,
to
no,
everybody.
I feel like that's COVID Part 4 because they'll never do that again.
They'll never give us reparations.
Well,
How can they give us for that and not give it the?
We gotta look at what part
They did it. Hold on. What are you talking about? They did it right in your face. Listen, this anti-Semitic shit, I'm not sure about this, but I'm just going to take a little reach right here. Did the Jewish community get reparations for Holocaust?
Absolutely.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
They did.
Yeah.
And they're okay. So Holocaust was a terrible thing that happened.
Absolutely.
And they should have got reparations
Absolutely.
for that.
So slavery.
I don't know why America should have gave them reparations
America
for that.
didn't.
Okay.
German.
So Germany gave them reparations for Holocaust.
Right.
How many years were the Holocaust?
He
least
overthrow the
10.
government, bro.
Huh?
The
At
Republicans
least 10.
always giving out
At least 10. How many years was slavery?
At least 400.
400 years of slavery.
And we got how much reparations paid to us since then?
Nothing.
Nothing.
But we're not upset, but they're upset.
We upset. We still talking about it.
Hmm.
You only talk about stuff that you're mad about, right? Well, anywho, I'm over this.
Who over?
I'm
So
over
why
this
you
topic.
mad? Kenneth Covert, don't come on this show talking about he tried to overthrow the. Yeah, goddamn right he did.
Democrats always say things like that. That's all I'm saying.
You're goddamn right he tried to
offense,
overthrow
Kenny.
this crooked stuff.
No offense, Kenny, but the people who get the money is definitely always the Republicans. They definitely sending stimmies and all types of checks out, and they give away money because they know money gonna make you come. That's plain and simple as that. I'm just saying I'm not being disrespectful in any way. Is no.
How much money you think they gave the Jews for reparations?
Ooh, I don't want to know.
Enough
Let's
that
see.
they own the banks.
Now this is 1952.
How much?
$3 billion. This is 1952. So just
The survivors, right?
Inflation, that'll probably be like $130 billion right now.
Yeah.
But you gave it to a people that understood what they had to do with it. You gave it to them in 1952, no problem. Oh, we're sorry for
And
this.
they invested and invested and invested, and they taught their kids to invest, and they left their kids generational wealth, and they told their kids that when you get this money, you don't spend it. You take it and invest it for your kids, because guess what? Sometime all of us are going to be gone, and the generation that is not even here yet is going to have to take care of what's here. So you have to leave footprints. You have to leave them a pathway as to what they're supposed to do. They didn't take the $1 billion. Black people took their reparations, since this is what we're talking on. They took their stimmies and went and brought Henny, took trips to places that they could easily drive to, and brought Balenciagas and fucking Gucci, and they was buying
boycotting
out the Louis
Balenciagas.
store. I don't even understand.
remember the lines at the King of Prussia Mall.
At the King of Prussia Mall was way. I'm like, I ain't never been to this section, so I'm gonna just go back where I came from.
You went to the King of Prussia
Just to see the
Mall?
line.
First of all, I went there for hash browns. So I
Well,
mean,
hash
tater
browns-
tots.
Tater tots from where?
So
In the food court.
Tater tots.
sugar,
so
from,
you rode all the way out there for tater tots?
I went all the way
You
there for
that
tater
bougie
tots.
with your money from the government?
See,
Okay.
I
Not
still
for
go.
T-check.
I still go for tater tots.
Gas
they're,
money.
They're absolutely
Gas money and
addicted.
tater tots.
But
Pierre, you was at King of Prussia Mall buying stuff?
I stay at King of Prussia Mall, though.
Yeah, all the time
You
without
feel
the
me?
stimmy.
Like, without the stimmy.
Nah,
but here's
don't
the
try to
thing.
do that. You was there with the stimmy though, right?
Here's
I didn't
the
get no
thing.
stimmy.
Can we
Ho, ho,
talk
ho.
about what we didn't do right with the stimmy?
Absolutely.
We did not invest the stimmy back into our community.
How?
Not all.
How could you invest them little bits of money?
You could.
That
You
was
could.
pennies. They
Bro,
really gave you pennies.
They were still having the sales that was for $600 a property. What do you mean? You could have brought the property for $600 while I was closed.
How many did you buy?
It's none of your business.
I'm just asking.
It's none of your business.
Because it was pennies. The shit that they gave black people in them communities was pennies.
So the first check
niggas'
that
bills
they
was
sent out-
already behind. Niggas had families to feed.
Hold on.
I'm not gonna be mad at these black people for these pennies they
sent
got.
out was $15,000 to $25,000, right?
Pennies.
Because the whites was getting it since November. See, COVID was detected back in November, and they was leaving and wasn't able to get unemployment after their jobs was letting them go. So they was back from November. So they had to give you a check back from November or February. So the first check that they was giving out was $15,000 to $25,000, right or wrong? So
I don't know.
Tell me why you ain't take $5,000 and invest it somewhere, or take the whole 15 to 25 and invest it
Did you
somewhere
do that,
as a
Pierre?
person.
I didn't get the PPP money. Only got the money from the state.
The PUA money.
Did
is
you
the
buy
one
some property
with
with your
the
money?
15 to 25,000.
Huh?
Did you buy some property?
Yeah, I bought equipment for the station.
Property.
No,
Like
I-
land.
No. I paid off some things on my credit and I bought some equipment.
Putting all these check marks on my thing.
You can go ahead and do that.
You went to,
Yeah, I didn't get the
King
PPP.
Pressure though.
I wish I would have got the PPP money. You
I
feel
wish
me?
I did too.
Yeah.
I do. But at the end of the day, did they invest it? See, the Jews got their reparations. They got how many $1 billion?
We can't
They
compare the two.
invested.
You can't compare a couple $1,000s to $3 billion. We can't do that.
$3
Come
billion.
on, dogs.
But
I
you-
know $3 billion split up, but
Right.
we're still not going to compare them two numbers. Y'all ain't going to do that to my black folks, okay? You're not going to compare these niggas getting $30,000, which is pennies in the fucking real world, to fucking somebody splitting $3 billion, which you just equated to being over 100-something million.
Today.
Today.
So they got $3 billion.
No,
They got
no.
$3 billion 54 years ago. 54 years ago, they got $3 billion, right? They invested, bro. They started.
I'm not
they started
denying
a
what they
bank,
did, but we're
and
not
then-
gonna-
And then started. An
So can
insurance
you start a
company
bank
insurance.
with $15,000?
If I got $15,000 and 25 other people got $15,000, yes, we can.
So how
Let's
much
go.
money do you think was given out during COVID?
A lot.
Right. $5 trillion.
Yes, but no, you're saying it like
What?
you're saying it like
But-
one person got $5 trillion.
You saying
saying
that
it
like
like
one
the
person got $3 billion?
It's like they
it was
damn near
broken down
did.
over-
Nah, they just was more of a big.
In the
a better
'50s, how much did
community.
a property cost? Probably
$64.
$1,000. Yeah, like buying a building back then was like bring me
$64. So-
bring me
okay,
$900. You bought a building.
Okay, so here it was $600, bro. Just before COVID, it was $600.
No, it was
to buy a house.
$600 to buy a condemned house or a piece of shit piece of land.
What do you think they was buying? They just built it up, bro. It was sitting there vacant. They didn't come and buy my house. They came and brought the property next door that was dilapidated. That the front of it looked like it was about to fall. It could have been a mansion in the inside. We never know. But the point being is that they brought it. Or how about they went and brought all that land down south where there was nothing on it and said they were going to build on it. But guess what? Now we needed to build on it, so they sell it to us for triple, quadruple the dollars. The houses before COVID was $600 on the list, $1,000 at max to start. Nobody went out there and brought it. Now
What about
everybody
the
wanna
fixing
jump
up of
into
the
it.
house?
So then you got 15 racks, bro.
15 racks
You
ain't
can
fixing up
fix it.
a first floor.
You's a lie if you know how to do
15
it.
racks ain't fixing up a
If
first
you know
floor.
how to do it, you can do it with $15,000. You can do the whole house with $15,000.
That's a goddamn
The
lie.
only thing that you probably won't be able to do is if it needs a new roof. If you're doing the work yourself, which is what the Jews did, because they didn't.
You
hire
don't know
us.
that. You weren't there looking. You don't got no documents or proof of this. You don't have no facts. You didn't see a bunch of them with hammers
talk
and
about
nails
stuff you
on
don't
top
got
of
facts
stuff.
for all the time. So at the end of the day,
I'm saying you don't
they
got
kept
facts
their
on
money
this.
in their community. They did the work themselves. They didn't have to come out here and hire people. They didn't try to hire the best contractors or jump around with different deals. They came out and they did the work, bro. They invested, did the work, and then they grew. We blacks don't do that at all. I just watched somebody call a code director on somebody trying to uplift their community. For what? If nobody come in your community and build it up, then why are you mad? Because you didn't go and think to do this? Why are you mad? So I don't know. I know what I did with mine. I'm cool. What? I'm not wrong. So, I don't know. Whatever. However you choose to see it, Kenneth.
If you know how to take $15,000 and buy a house and fix the whole house for 15,
I bet it can be done.
you deserve a TV show.
I bet it can be done.
I'm not saying it can't be done.
I'm telling you that it can be done. People,
Black
you know
people, I'm
why-
saying I'm not holding
you
y'all
know
at fault
why-
for getting $15,000 and not being able to.
You know why? You
Flip
bought the
it,
house
yeah.
for $600, right? You bought the house for $600. So now you got $14,400 left, right? So the bathroom, you could do the bathroom for $100, bro. I mean, $500. $500 you could do the what? You could buy a tub for $100, a toilet for $100, a sink for $50, the base of the sink for $100. I still got money left over.
Yeah, I don't want no tub for $100.
That's how much the tubs cost. It's an insert.
I need
$100 to $200.
I need a jacuzzi tub.
See, but this is why you don't want to put the basic necessities into the house. You want to make it lavish.
I do,
So how about you fix it up and then get a mortgage or a loan on the house to pull the equity out the house because now you've invested into it. $1,400 for some windows. So now you still got more than $10,000 left. You have already done the windows, the bathroom, even if it's 2. You got to put some drywall up. You could drywall a whole house for $2,000. You could drywall a whole house for $2,000. I'm still, bro, I know. I've done this. Go ahead. Not for T, you can't tell me this shit. I did it. I'm telling you what I did.
Tell me this shit. I did do it.
So
I owned properties before. So you ain't gonna tell me I could have drywalled one of my whole houses for $2,000 fucking dollars.
For $2,000.
I can't even drywall a whole floor for $2,000 fucking dollars. Let alone the person that had to come along with the plaster and the person that had to put it up and all that other shit. Man, fuck out of here.
So the average room, you can Google it. The average room takes 8 sheets of drywall. 8 sheets of drywall. The average room takes 8 sheets of drywall. Room. I didn't say house. I said room. 8 sheets of drywall.
Bedroom? You saying the bedroom?
Average room takes 8 sheets of drywall.
Yeah, I need to know what this average room size is you're talking about here.
You just want me to be wrong. I'm fine.
I'm not. I
know
don't want
it
you to
can
be
done.
wrong.
I've seen it done. I've seen people.
I just want to see.
I've seen people do a house for less than $15,000 and come away with change. I've seen it done. And it can be done. And if they were
See
smart,
this
they
wall
would get
behind us
done.
right here, Pierre? That's more than 8 sheets of drywall, damn near. Just for a wall.
That's 5 sheets of drywall, bro. The freak out of here. Either you can't count your square footage, that's 5 sheets of drywall.
Okay.
That whole wall?
He's going top and bottom, so he's doing it horizontally. I did it vertically. That's 5 sheets of drywall, and the bottom can be done with 2 more sheets, so that's 7 sheets of drywall.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. It says $5,000 on here
$5,000 for what?
to do a whole house. 5,000 to 19.
Black people want the most extravagant things in their home.
I mean, it's your home.
They don't want to put the necessities only in their home.
Is this a
You
home
can
that
go
you're
to Home
living
Depot.
in or you're renting out?
It doesn't matter what you're doing with it. The point is, even if you decide to live in it, you live in it for a year to make sure everything that you have put in it is operable, and then you move out and rent it out, but you got to make sure you got the money for the next investment.
Right, I just need a jacuzzi tub in there.
See, that's asking
I'll
for
do
too
it.
much.
No, it's
That's
not.
$3,200.
No, it's not. It's asking for me to be comfortable in my space. I just want to be able to sit in that joint and relax after doing all this hard work. I don't need everything else to be luxury, but I need that. I need that one thing. What's
Well,
wrong
see,
with
you
that?
planning on living in it.
Yeah, for a year. You said a year.
But so why do I need a jacuzzi?
365 days.
But why do I need that for a year? I'm not living there forever.
I can move out.
You can go to Home Depot. You can get a tub. You can get a sink. You could do the whole bathroom for $500.
All right.
The kitchen is probably going to cost $2,000.
And piping, right?
things.
How much would it cost to just for them to run PVC from your whole house? You know, from the bathroom to
It
the
depends
kitchen,
on if you can
to
do
the
it
basement.
yourself. If you can do it yourself,
You can run PVC yourself?
everybody can run fucking PVC piping themselves.
Hey.
You can't run PVC?
There's a lot of things I could do that you would be surprised at, but I'm asking, can you do it
I
yourself?
can. I can.
Okay.
I watched the whole kitchen.
We ain't talking about the pain sisters.
I'm
We're
just
not
saying because
talking
you
about
asked
none
me
of that.
because I'm a woman. And
No, I'm
telling
not
you-
asking because you're a woman. I'm saying when it goes to running bathroom PVC, do you have the equipment and the knowledge
Don't ask. Yes.
to run pipes on an angle? Mind you, your frame can't even be together right now. I'm asking, can you do it?
Yeah.
And you're saying, yeah,
I'm
okay.
telling you
I didn't
yes.
say nothing after that. I said, okay. I didn't.
I'm just
I didn't say
saying.
it sarcastically. I didn't say anything. I said, okay, how much does it cost to run PVC through your whole house?
If I'm doing it
To
myself,
run the piping for your whole house?
if I'm doing it myself, I would say,
What's the
whole
cost of
house,
piping?
bathrooms, kitchen.
What's the cost of piping?
I don't know how much the cost of
I
piping.
mean, you usually the Google king here.
Why do you want me to be wrong about this so bad?
I don't
why,
want you to
why
be
do you have to
wrong.
be right about this?
I'm not right about anything. I didn't say I was right. I didn't even give a topic of saying you was right. I did. That's the difference between me and you, though, Nas. You want some facts? Yeah. I had about 60 properties. That's how many my dad left me. I had about 60 fucking properties. 60 properties we had to go through and run shit and fix shit and all that other type bullshit. So, yeah, I might know how to fix a couple things.
I think you can fix anything you put your mind to. That's how I feel. And it's real. I think you can
I
fix
have yet to see, but you and Pierre said that it can happen.
it. Can happen.
So I didn't say that it couldn't.
The only reason why
I didn't say it couldn't,
The
though.
only reason why it does not happen is because people want to put lavish things inside their homes. If you put the
I just
basic
want a
necessities,
jacuzzi to.
but see, that's a lavish thing.
No, it's not.
If you are trying to just
That's a
get
basic
ahead,
necessity.
It's like hustling. You wear that same black sweatsuit for a week. You take it off, wash it, you change your drawers. You don't
Right.
change the minor necessities. You don't change your outfit. You take it off, wash it, you wear the same exact fucking thing next week. Because I'm in the grind mode. If you in the grind mode and you bought your first property, of course it's the house that you're gonna live in. You're gonna do this house one room at a time.
Right.
So you're gonna take the minimum amount of drywall needed to do it over, which is the cost of it at one point in time was $14 a sheet, which is now damn near triple. But you're still going to take $14 a sheet and drywall this room. Then you're gonna put up the cheapest fucking door that costs $50. Now you got a whole bedroom. If you gotta run electricity, you gonna run the electricity the cheapest way you can, but long as it's the legal way.
Stop.
If you gotta
So
run
all of that
plumbing,
type of
you
stuff
gonna
would've
use
happened before the
PVC
drywall
plumbing
went up.
instead of- Okay.
So that's what
If
I'm
you
saying.
gotta
Let's
run-
reverse back here.
Okay.
We gotta go framing first. We gotta go framing first.
So we going
Then
over
we need to go
today's prices
piping and
or
electrical.
before? Okay.
Then we have to get the inspectors out to inspect it to make sure that
Man,
they're
ain't
even
nobody
gonna
calling no
pass.
inspectors. We in Chester. Stop playing.
Oh my God.
You
Ain't
gotta call
nobody
the
calling no
inspectors.
inspectors. This was in here when I got here.
You can't sell
in here
or
when
rent
I-
out the house without the inspectors coming
This
in.
was in here when I got here. Plain and simple as that.
So
Go
we're not
ahead.
calling no
Go
inspectors.
ahead. I do everything right today.
I'm not doing anything
then.
right, but I'm just saying to you,
I know it can be
in
done.
order for you
I've
to
seen
rent
it
out,
done.
for you to get your Section 8 or you to get all that other type stuff, some inspectors are going to have to come out eventually.
Right. Over the past month, man, the
Chester.
month of Chestober, Chester has been, it's been exciting. We had homecoming, we had the food truck situation. So how do we keep that energy going? Like how do we?
Give more things for them to do. Have more events. To include everybody. Include the citizens. You made them feel like they was a part of something.
Right.
Make them feel like they're a part of something. Keep it going.
So
Kenny
what-
Culver put up a post and said, we need to keep this momentum going. What can we do next?
Right.
And in the comments, it was people, he said, we have to do this without City Hall. And I'm in total 100% agreement with him.
Right.
By the simple fact that anything they do, they want to make a profit off of. They want to charge us to come outside and be on our streets after. I can vend anywhere in the city of Chester because I got inspected and it says I can ride around, have a peddler's inspection. So that means I can go anywhere. How are you going to charge me to pull up on the street I can easily be on all day long for free? I done already paid you. They all that whole food truck vendor thing, you brought it to me. You brought it from the guys over town. And the next thing I know, I'm getting a call from somebody from the city saying, hey, they wanted to include you in the food truck night. Who? I said, I thought this was. And the right thing to say was, oh yeah, we did get the idea from them. Instead, they said it wasn't a good idea. We don't have enough vendors and not enough people is going to come. We proved them wrong. So when Kenny said he wants to do things and he wants to do it without City Hall, then go rent the parks and then put the events together and let the community come out and have a good time.
I mean, it's getting cold, so we doing outside events in the cold.
Other neighborhoods
Might
do.
work in the daytime, yeah.
Yeah, other neighborhoods
do.
do. They do Winter Wonderland. They do Winterfest. They still have it going on. And guess what? Some of them put up plastic tents and have them heated. Because when you go to New York and you go to Philly, they still eat outside. They still dine out under the stars. They got little blowers that blow heat through the things. You can go to New York right now.
No, you go to media right now. They still do dine under the stars.
Thing. But they want to
go to Linfield Orchard. Ain't they outside?
Huh?
We go to Linfield Orchard. Ain't you outside up there?
I guess.
They still outside. Guess what? We just dress for the weather. We dress for the weather. I said we should have something over Chester Park where they lighting up trees. Why we don't have a tree lighting situation for the kids for Christmas? That whole food truck situation was supposed to be for the kids for Halloween. But we turned it into something for the adults to do, and then they came on Monday and shut the Ave down with a nice Halloween situation. Right. And they were mad because they weren't included.
Oh, who's
the
mad?
city was mad because they wasn't included.
I don't know.
They were mad?
Yeah, they was upset.
I don't know.
I'm telling you that they was mad that they wasn't included.
Well, shout out to C's and Josh and George.
For going up on Curlin.
Right? Up on Curlin on 9th Street.
And it's supposed to be about the kids, right? It's supposed to keep our kids invested and interested in doing stuff in our city. And making it so that they can feel safe in certain environments.
Right,
so why are we so upset when we don't go and ask, can we have these things on public streets?
We don't have to ask.
I thought we didn't, but we do.
Where?
They say you do.
Where?
If you
Who
don't
said
include, if you don't include 16 buttons in them, nothing happens. Plain and simple as that.
Well, 16 buttons better worry about what he need to worry about.
16 buttons?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm out of coffee.
Who's 16 buttons?
16 buttons. Ain't that what?
You looking behind. You ain't gonna get no answers off that wall. You ain't gonna get no answers off that wall.
You gotta keep the momentum going. You
have to.
You gotta make us feel like we have something to do here. It's nowhere in the world we have all of these things going on here in Chester, and we feel obligated to go to Philadelphia to enjoy ourselves.
I'm never.
Or go to Delaware to enjoy ourselves.
That's why we did Halloween every year over here, because we said that. I say it every year around this time. Aren't we
Our kids
embarrassed?
going to Aston to really where they lie and say that they're not having trick or treat tonight so that our kids don't come because our kids are not worthy of getting or knocking on their door.
Right.
So we start having it here and they're mad because we're not included. They're not included. Well, guess what? The same way you ain't publicized what y'all had going on with y'all little turkey drives, we ain't publicized the fact that we was having Halloween for the kids. Y'all took your little turkeys home. And stuff, 16 buttons in them. They took their turkeys home, their little baskets, and then they want to give you the leftovers.
Hey, Kenny, can you make a song called 16 Buttons?
16 buttons.
Not if I don't know what
16 buttons.
No, you can sing the song.
No, you
Put
sing
yourself
the
back on the air. Put yourself back on screen with the rest of us.
I'm
good.
just saying, keep the momentum going.
Put yourself back
You can
on
have
screen with the
different
rest
stuff.
of us, please.
If homecoming, if October is like when we paint the town black and orange, then keep that going. Next year it should be bigger.
Well, it's November, so what are we doing for November?
November, we got thankful. I'm in a thankful mode for November, so I think everybody pretty much has what they do.
I mean, you're talking about stuff, but you're not saying what you're doing. Are you feeding the homeless?
Families.
You feeding families?
Yeah.
All right. So are they taking lists now?
I've already been receiving nominations for families. I'm telling you, it's some families out here that really could use some help, and people think that because the state is giving so much extra, you don't really know what a family house size takes to run for these certain people. And I've been receiving some stuff, y'all. I swear, I'm trying to feed them all. I'm trying to cook for them, or they got to cook their own turkeys. I'm a seasoning everything and wrap it up, but I got 3 ovens. Like, that's it. I can't cook everybody turkey. But everything else to be done, everything else that I put on the menu will come cooked. I will deliver your food in a timely manner once I pick the people who've been nominated. But all I know is, like, we have to take care of our own community. We have to make sure that these families that are here can survive while they're here and everything. And that's just where I'm at. I normally charge people to cook for them, but this year I'm just going to cook I picked a family first. And then once I got some of the messages, I just feel like I want to pick them all. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know God going to make a way for me, and I'm going to feed them all.
How many families?
So far, I have about 15 nominations.
God damn, man.
It's no bullshit. 15
nominations.
That's 15 turkeys, 15
turkeys,
So what
15 rolls.
Why would you give people 15 turkeys?
So 15 families, bro.
So why don't you just make them platters?
So
Make them big ass platters. What? I'm just saying, you ain't got
How
to give them
many
the whole
people
turkey.
are in these families?
So some families have 6, some families have 10, some families. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, I'm thinking
They getting
food-wise, turkey-wise,
long-
right?
They getting long pans of
Now
food.
that's a lot.
It is. It's a lot on my plate, but I'm going to make it happen. God is going to make it happen for me because at one point in time, I was running around with my father, and we was knocking on people's doors that people were telling us needed food, and we were giving them turkey baskets that, to me, wasn't to my standards. I wouldn't have made half the stuff that was in the basket, but that's how it was coming in from ShopRite and Pathmark and Giants.
So this
and
is
all
just
those
about
places.
Thanksgiving. You're just going to feed them on Thanksgiving?
I'm going to make their Thanksgiving dinner.
I
I'm
think
going
you
to
should do
relieve them
platters.
of the stress.
Thanksgiving is in 20 days.
It is.
15 families.
15
15
families.
turkeys. You can't get 15 turkeys cooked in one day.
I'm not cooking them for them. I'm
So that's why you
seasoning
cook a
them
bunch
and delivering their food ahead of time. But I am gonna cook their greens, their mashed potatoes, their macaroni and cheese,
so you're not
their
cook-
sweet potatoes.
So
I'm
hold
not
on.
cooking their turkey.
That's why you should cook all the turkeys and
No,
just
that's
slice
why
them
you
up.
should not tell me what to do.
Ooh.
Unlike Nafati, since she has a aneurysm in her brain and she gonna tell me I can tell her not what to do.
Yeah,
If
what?
she forgets, me and her fed families together for Thanksgiving maybe 2 years in a row.
Right.
It's easier if I cook a bunch of turkeys and slice them up. I can feed multiple more people because the average human doesn't know how to carve a turkey all the way to the end.
True.
Remember how your grandmom carved a turkey
Right.
5 weeks after fucking Thanksgiving?
You
You like,
arguing-
Nah,
how
that
is she
joint-
still
arguing with
getting
me about
food?
That joint was cut down the night.
Because I'm
after
arguing with you because
Thanksgiving.
you'll be the same one calling me up to come freaking help you.
Turkey
So let's just cook the
sandwiches.
turkeys and cut them up.
Turkey
Some
salad.
turkeys greens.
I'm not cooking no turkeys.
I don't want you to cook the turkey. They're going to cook their own turkey. It's going to be seasoned and stuffed. They're going to put it in their oven. That's the only thing that they
So
have to do.
you know what's
It's
going to happen
cook
to
the
them
turkey.
people? You're causing suicide around Thanksgiving. What if my auntie don't know how to make the turkey?
Bro, you going
Now
too
all I
far
can eat
with-
is mashed
bro, you-
potatoes and everything
bro, you
else.
going too far with it. though.
No, people don't know how to cook turkeys.
It's already stuffed and seasoned. Put it in the oven, baste the joint. You only got to cook it for 4 to 6 hours.
You know how many?
Gonna get your
All right,
food
I'm
by
being
9,
real
10
serious
o'clock in
here.
the
Take
morning.
all the jokes aside, right? You know how many households are ruined on Thanksgiving because the person that was there cooking the turkey doesn't know how to cook the turkey? A lot. Everyone has a family member's house they won't even go to because they don't know how to baste the turkey the whole time. And you like, man, my auntie Selby's turkey is
It's
dry.
all- the
I'm not
turkey-
going over there to eat it.
The turkey will be the only thing that's uncooked. They will receive their food at an amicable time so they can eat by 4 or 5 o'clock, whatever time they choose to eat. Everything else will be done.
4 or 5 o'clock.
All the other, yes, that's, at my house, we eat at 4 p.m.
That's a dope ass time to eat. 'Cause you
4
watch the
p.m.
football game.
Watch the football game. The men sit in the living room, watch TV.
She's
The women
lying.
at the
I
table
ate Thanksgiving at her house. I was digging in the food at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was over there the day before eating macaroni and cheese.
You was lying.
You are so full of it,
Don't
dog.
you lie like that.
Yes, I stuck my fingers in the greens at 10 o'clock in the morning. And I took all the turkey out the string beans.
He ain't lying. He's not lying.
Don't
Anywho,
come to
that's
Nafati
my-
house to get no
that's-
food. I take the turkey out the string beans.
That's my Thanksgiving month. Normally, I allow people to hire me. I allow them to. I make their dinners, deliver it to their homes, and I mean everything: turkey, roast beef, turkey, ham. If they choose a ham, chicken, everything. All your sides, your desserts, your juice, everything. But this year, I would like to give it to families opposed to having a lot of people can't afford to feed their entire family at one time.
Maybe a lot of people can't cook. You gonna bring my
Why you
poor kids? You
why
gonna
you
bring them
turn
these
that?
damn turkeys,
Why
and
you
you
turn
know they
it
mama
down
couldn't
like
cook that turkey. You know they mama ain't never knew how to cook a turkey. All year long she ain't cook a turkey. Now you
I
gonna bring her
don't-
this
I don't see
seasoned
the
stuffed
joke.
turkey.
I don't
It
see
ain't
the
no
joke in
joking, and people don't know how to cook turkeys.
All right, well, it goes in the oven according to the pound. It's an hour per 2 pounds, and that's that. That's all.
You gonna write the instructions?
It will have it.
Right. So
It
there
will
it
have
is.
it. Based the turkey.
Right.
I'm not listening to Kenny.
Right.
I know these people know how
Right.
to cook fucking turkeys.
Right.
But my thing is, some people may just be tired. Some people may be at their last Thanksgiving.
Right.
Some people may have been taking care of their family members, and the matriarch is no longer doing well.
Right.
So this is my gift to them,
Right.
and I know God is going to make a way for me to do it. Plain
Right.
and simple as that.
Right.
That's it, and that's all. And don't come over my house trying to get the damn turkey out the.
Oh, we'll be there. Shit.
I'm feeding homeless people this year again.
So where we doing that at?
We gonna do it right out of one of these restaurants, these black-owned restaurants over here.
Oh, good for you.
All I gotta do is call a bunch of people that can cook.
Right.
Same way we did it when we had the gallery, right? Ain't that what we did? What did we do? Call about 10 people. Yo, we need everybody to bring this platter or this, and that. They gonna come. Big boy platters gonna be everywhere. We gonna deliver them out to everybody. Merry Christmas.
Happy
We
Thanksgiving.
on Thanksgiving.
It's all the same.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's two different days.
I wish you the best of luck, but my goal is to get everybody that's nominated to dinner. It come with 2 desserts, a cake and a pie. It come with a lot. I'm gonna be doing a lot Thanksgiving week.
My apartment doesn't have an oven. I would like to be a nomination, but I don't have an oven to cook a turkey in. So
So you just go over there and eat like you typically do. And you're still cooking Thanksgiving for your
For
family.
my house, yeah.
Right. So we'll be there. Yeah.
I'm going a lot of places this year, dog.
How many places you going?
I've been thinking about it, but I feel like as a collective, I'm part of a lot of families. So
Right.
a lot of family
He
better have
took
them
the
plates
momentum
ready.
right out of talking about Chester. He just so
What, you, how
Debbie
did I take the
Downer.
momentum
You
about?
a
I'm part of a coalition that all we
David
do is stuff for
Downer.
Chester.
David
I don't
Downer.
wait for the mayor's office to do stuff for Chester. I don't wait for Chester to
Oh,
do
so you
stuff
just
for
out here
Chester.
being defiant?
Damn right.
You been
We've been
defiant?
defined.
We've been defined.
We've been defined.
Don't
I'm
we
part of a
be?
business
I ain't with
district
y'all.
that
I'm not
gets no
defiant. I
support
go
from
and ask
nobody.
for
Hold on,
permission.
stop, pause. What you say?
I go ask for permission. Don't we me.
Say it again. You're not what?
Defiant.
Why ain't you?
Because I'm not.
At what point don't you feel as though you're defined?
I'm not defiant.
Did you have an inspection
Can I
license
talk about one of
when
your
you was
shows
feeding
that
the
you
homeless?
had on over here?
Nope.
You don't have to
No.
have one.
Yeah,
Yes,
go
you
ahead.
do.
I can talk about one of your shows.
Yes, you do.
What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean
Uh-oh.
talk
So
about?
it was a conversation on one of your shows about $400,000 missing from the city.
It was 2 shows actually.
2 shows.
Yeah. It was.
Okay.
It was, Cool Ass Conversations with Will,
Okay.
and then yesterday I interviewed the receiver.
Why do
Okay,
y'all
so
always
what
say
did
money
the
is
receiver-
missing?
What did the receiver say about the $400,000?
Let's start with what Will said about the 400.
Because I felt like when I caught a glimpse of his show, he said something to the likes of the bank should have caught it. Like the bank, maybe the bank
not-
might be responsible for it.
I'm not for sure that that's what he said. I thought he took ownership.
He did say I made a
Right,
mistake. I
right.
did see that. How do you make a mistake by sending $400,000 to someone else? And my gripe, don't get me wrong, Will, I love you as a person. I do. Like, I think you're a very, very good person. I think you just picked the wrong profession. But the morning it hit the newspaper was October the 22nd, which was what? Homecoming. Why are people saying you're at homecoming enjoying yourself and you're not worried about this fucking $400,000?
Because that was something that already happened.
It had happened months ago.
5 months.
Yeah, so but it hit the paper in October, and I guess because we don't read the newspaper,
right.
we wouldn't know. But
Right.
when I'm telling you, it was like bling, 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 bling. Did you see this? Do you know about this $400,000? Do you know about this? Do you know about that? I just need to know, like, to what extreme do you make that fucking mistake? I'm not making a mistake with a $5 cash app. Do you think I'm gonna make a mistake by sending $400,000 to the wrong account?
So he explained it. It wasn't the wrong account. It was a phishing attack. So they sent out an email. That person then took that email and sent it back, and it was just the last word. So on the end of the email, it had USA instead of .com, or it was .com USA.
Okay.
You feel me? So he didn't look at the whole email.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So
they
we
said-
don't read.
Yeah, I mean,
They said you want to give it to a black person, get them to do wrong, tell them they got to read it. So we didn't read it. So basically, your accountability is held against you because you did not read the information properly. But this is what I don't understand. Now I got another thing. $400,000. You approved the check. I thought we couldn't approve checks over $7,000 without the receiver saying, "Okay, I approve it." I thought we couldn't approve checks over $7,000.
and I talked to the receiver,
Uh-huh.
and the receiver said they still have the right to pay bills. That was a bill being paid.
$400,000. Who the fuck we owe $400,000 to?
Don't.
I got to get on the payroll.
Who the fuck do we? The fucking Pico, the
Who
insurance company.
was that check supposed to go to?
There's tons of. I didn't ask.
So
that
you
question.
telling me I can go, if I work for the city right now, I can go and write a check and say, okay, well, I'm paying this. It was 150 grand, and I don't have to go through the receiver to approve it, or no one has to look over my. So out in media, they call it verified. Every time you come out there and you go to pay $1 in the tax department, out media, when you go to pay your taxes, if you paying with $1, they call you, and if you paying with cash, they call and say verify, and somebody comes and stands over their fucking shoulder and
That's
the
cash.
verify. It doesn't matter if it's cash, even if you say it's a check. They still call for a verifier to say that I put this in the register.
Right.
They look at the paperwork and say, I've read the paperwork over. Do you need to look at it too? That person then says, yes, I do. So how do you send $400,000 to someone that doesn't exist? And now you can't get it back.
And now they saying they can't get it back.
But the bank should be responsible for issuing it back.
The bank is not responsible. Like he said, the bank is responsible if the bank made an error. The bank didn't make an error. The error came from the people.
I'm just hearing about all this. This
You
is
just hearing
amazing.
about the $400,000?
This is above my pay grade. This is way above my pay grade. You
Now,
guys
you
are
are
just.
the head of finances, so that means that you went to school for business and finances, accounting, whatever. You are the head of finances. This is your department over here at the city of Chester. How do you give the fuck away $400,000 and this is your profession?
Wait a minute.
This is your profession. Like, I don't even understand. I love you as a person, I do. But what I want to know is, how did you fumble the fucking ball for 400 racks, bro?
It happens.
It does not happen.
It just happened.
It
So
happens.
It
It
happens.
does not happen.
How much did the city get a year?
I don't know.
400,000.
Because I want
How
to
much
get
in
into
debt
the
are we?
$22 million that they spent in 4 years, and we ain't got shit to show
So
for it.
literally talking to the receiver, and y'all can go and watch the show. It came
Uh-huh.
on yesterday, the Cultivate Mature Positivity podcast. The receiver said that unless they get the budget in hand now, they talk to the creditors, we'll be $46 million in debt next year.
Ooh, come in 2023? Put that 46 minutes. You want my calculator?
Yours
Come
also.
over here. Bring the zeros over here on this one. Bring it over.
When does the 40?
Carry the one.
And then
Yeah.
400,000.
400,000, and then $700,000 for city paying taxes. You know, the workers, they're supposed to send $700,000 to the United States.
That's $1.1 million.
That's $1.1 million altogether.
Right.
So we got to put the $700,000 and the $400,000. That's $1.1 million. That's just now in the last 7 months.
Put the other zeros right.
In the last
Use
7
that
months.
pen. Put that
Okay,
zero
you want to
there.
use this one? All right, so we
Okay.
got the.
I'm just trying to
the
get these numbers right.
1.1.
Because it's 20. Yeah.
And then you said how much we gonna be in debt. So we already 1.1.
What happened with the school? How much money happened at the
42.
school?
School doesn't have anything to do with
Okay.
this.
So we're not gonna count that money.
We're gonna go over there in a
We
second.
need a
because
different
they
piece
just
of
had
paper
school board
because-
meeting the other day. So
okay.
we got 42 million plus 1.1.
No, we
So
got
that's
43 million plus
43.
1.1.
Plus one. So that's 44.
Carry that one.
You carry the one over here.
No,
So
but
we
put
had-
this zeros.
Yeah,
Add these
all right.
zeros in the back of
Yeah,
there.
so-
Y'all
and
need-
I didn't take accounting. I didn't. So all right. So here we are. We got the 1.1
Okay.
million that's been missing for the last 7 months. So
Okay.
we just gonna work on
I came
that
up
right
whole.
now.
I came up.
So
I came up with the right amount.
it's not missing.
Fucked. That's what we got. The city is fucked. That's it. That's all we got. It ain't no adding, no subtracting, or nothing. We fucked. So here we are. We got $1.1 million in deficit because 400,000 went to the wrong account and 700,000 was not paid for the citizens to. So when they go to file taxes, that's $700,000 that was supposed. Are they getting it back in return?
I'm not even. Listen, hold on. I'm just hearing about this.
Oh, you just
So,
hearing about this?
I'm just being real with you. So I'm just hearing that we. But what's a little 400,000? We was 16 million a couple months ago.
28, 28.5.
28.5.
28.5.
That's not bad. That's not a lot of money.
That's not a lot of. That's not a lot of money.
No.
Oh wow!
You got
In
that?
our fiscal
We got a whole
budget-
casino
Hold on.
down here,
So
dog.
our whole-
We printing money.
Oh, we printing money? The casino is going bankrupt.
How can the casino go bankrupt and all they do is take money?
They don't got nothing down there. You been down there lately?
Yeah,
It's
they
no
was having a
poker
whole
room.
horse race.
It's no poker room. Half the gaming tables is going. Half
No.
the machines is going. The poker
No.
room brought the money though, right? It's no poker room no more.
It can't be the only. That poker room ain't the only thing that brought money in the
The poker
crap
room,
playing
they
city.
had poker games, bro, $1 million tables. They no longer have that down there. They have no employees down that motherfucker. They ain't got nobody to do nothing. Harris over Philadelphia is going down. You got the soccer stadium down here building new fucking fields. How much money are they giving us?
They are
And
giving
then
us.
where is
I
that
talked to
money going?
I talked to the apprentice. He said that money, the casino and the soccer stadium pay taxes.
I've been to. They've been started paying. They've been donating as well. However, is it enough to keep us afloat? No.
Yeah, we
some
here.
of it is
We
just
floating.
paying. Some of it is just paying the checks. Is paying the city workers their paycheck. It's not giving us nothing. It's honestly not giving us anything.
I don't know.
You can't take.
You was here with the-
I'm
with-
donating to the high school.
You was here with the accountant.
Look at my face. I'm just saying.
You was here with the accountant. What happened?
The receiver.
The receiver.
The receiver said
The
we
accountant.
would be $23 million in debt.
Nah, hold on.
So we
Stop,
24.1.
Naf. Stop, Naf.
That's what he said.
You weren't here with him. Let Pierre speak.
He just said.
What did the apprentice say?
The apprentice, the accountant.
The receiver is that's his name, right?
The receiver.
You said basically what you wrote on that piece of paper. Like we're fucked.
We're fucked.
We have to sell the water authority. It's been designated that
We got to sell our water?
It's still not a good idea.
No, I'm being serious here.
It's been designated that our water authority is
So, go ahead.
Let him finish.
our water authority is Chester's water authority. He said there's a different way we don't. It doesn't have to be privatized, but it has to be monetized. So
As in watched.
as in money paid
Paid for
for. If the city owns it, that means that Delaware County or the municipalities around, all the way to Chester County. I didn't know we had water all the way up to Lancaster.
Yeah.
You feel me? Those municipalities can pour in and say, all right, we want to buy it.
Yeah, your choice of words. Water pouring.
Right. That they want to buy it from you, where it's
Yeah,
not
but so
private,
why-
so it doesn't become a privatized situation and it's monetized. He said, but the offer that CWA put in on it is far beyond what Chester
right.
needs. So he was saying
250 million.
So he was saying 250 million. So if we owe 150 million to the pension plan, and we owe
Yeah, I heard that was screwed too.
Wait a minute, we owe $250 million?
No, we
Yeah,
owe.
yeah,
It's
over-
140.
that's how much
143 or
we're
something like that.
we're in debt, bro. Like we
Wait,
owe.
how much in debt are we, dog?
We're in debt, bro. That's all that matters.
It
You
does
don't-
matter.
Why does
because,
it matter?
Listen to me. You can owe Tommy from 5th Street $10 for some weed, or you can owe a kingpin for 9 ounces. It's
Right.
a hell of a difference
Well,
here.
We're
in the
in
kingpin status.
multiple brick.
Yeah.
Like, we owe the
We owe
kingpin.
El Chapo.
Yeah, in Mexico.
We owe the Mexican mafia money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
A couple hundred
I mean,
million.
we
Yeah.
probably owe more since they snorting up most of the product.
This is when we just switched on.
Sorry, y'all. That was a slip of the tongue. I apologize. I don't know who's snorting the product or nothing.
The city has the best spigot water.
It definitely got the best spigot wood in Dante.
does, dog.
Definitely put
The way it
I
crystallizes on the ice.
I definitely drink from the spigot. I ain't lying. It
Wait a
definitely-
minute. All right,
you,
so
you don't know how good
Can
our
you
water
just stop
is
for
until you
He
go
still didn't
somewhere
answer my
else.
question.
I don't
though.
drink water out
What's
of
the
nobody's
exact amount?
spigot.
What's the exact amount of money that we owe that they said? How many?
$28.5 million.
$28.5 million.
Currently, right now, right? And he's saying every year we're losing $30 million. You know what I mean? So we're in the negative at least $15 million every year. So he's looking at it like it's a.
Can
how-
somebody? All right, does something happen if we keep owing money? My question. Or do we just Brody this shit like Chester niggas been doing our whole life?
And the fire company, they fucking with their pension.
So he said it's
People is
either-
leaving the fire company.
It's either or we go into insolvency, right? And insolvency is no fire, no police, no trash, no electric, city's black.
The
What?
the trash
Hold
already
up,
done.
hold up, hold up,
They
hold up,
already-
hold up.
Listen, the trash already done. If y'all not paying attention, I'm paying attention. We only get 1 day a week of of the trash. Then we get 1 day for recycle. So mine is Tuesday and Wednesday. Recycle day is Wednesday, hands down. They no longer have bulk pickup.
Not for
So the city itself does not do bulk pickup.
Who
The
cares
trash
about
is
the
there.
trash if
We
we're not about
do.
to have cops?
We do.
Is that what you're telling me here? That the cops are about to quit?
Unless they go and they have a meeting with the FOP, right, to talk about everything that
Needs to
about
be
the
done.
pension. And he said it's not a haircut. He's not asking them to take a little bit off the top. He's asking them to amputate an arm.
Yeah, because they
So
get,
what about
they get
so
100%
and
pension
even
right
the
now.
firefighters are about to have to quit?
Yeah. Well, some of them are.
So are they going to give out buckets of water
So it's
for houses?
It's funny
and
because
fire extinguishers.
I asked him.
Are they gonna give out
I asked him. Listen. I asked him. I said, when did this order come in place where you can work? He said it's always been that way. Just people started using 401ks and different things like that. He said, but Mayor Butler did sign an MOU
What's
right?
an MOU?
A memorandum of understanding, right? You signed an MOU to say that they can keep on doing everything that they're doing. So up until 2017,
Tell me what they doing though.
They're working double time and overtime the last year.
Well, now it's 3 years, but go ahead.
The last year of their employment, and then they're retiring after 20 years. And then they're getting whatever they made, they're getting half of that. So if you made $250,000, you're now getting
$125,000 extra when I retire?
When you no, not
No,
extra.
that extra,
When
that's what you
retire.
get.
That's what your pension payment is
Okay.
a year, $125,000.
Got you.
Right. So, and that's what's hurting.
And now y'all telling me I can't get that?
No, it's only hurting the city now because of mismanagement of funds. Because we got to understand when they were retiring under Butler's administration,
It was hurting them then because
It
they
wasn't-
didn't have enough money. The city has
Was
been.
our bills paid?
The city has been where it is right now
I'm a
since
Republican.
1990.
Oh,
But
damn.
I'm a Republican too. But
So that's 10. So they've been in this. They've been in this debt over 30 years.
over 30 years.
So this
We've been
isn't.
there
Hold
before
on.
that. We've been there before that.
Right,
before
so if it's
90.
been more than 30 years, so it isn't the regime's fault that's in there right now.
No.
This has been
No,
going
they
on.
just
Hold
not
on.
paying the
Let's be
bills.
clear. Let's be very clear here. Because I
it
need to.
can't be.
This is what I'm just hearing
They
about
just-
this.
but they
So
just not
it's
paying the
been
bills.
going on. This isn't just, oh my God, they just,
So
money
this is-
just started getting fucked up.
So this is the problem, right? Chester was a city full of people. 100,000 people used to live in the city of Chester.
Mm-hmm.
Chester had fucking jobs, career training, everything. Chester was the city of Delaware County.
Gotcha.
What happened is people started moving away, and they left people here that really didn't know what the fuck they were doing at all. So things start to fall apart. Things start to go left. You put people in charge, and listen, if the Republicans ran this thing the way they were supposed to run it, and I was a Republican for years, if they ran it the way they were supposed to run it, understanding what they had here and growth, we wouldn't have this problem right now. But if you're running shit to take money and to take money out, and you're not putting anything back in, this is the problem.
And the
that we have
Democrats
today.
are.
So
And
it-
the Democrats are not taking and
Now,
putting
if
it
I'm
back.
talking about when it happened, I'm
So
not
it
talking
started
about.
with Necrelli and them. So then you go from Necrelli, you gotta go to
Is this a-
you gotta go through all of them.
And all of them. Necrelli went to jail for stealing.
So then you gotta go through
Then
the-
you
to
go
the
to
next
the next
administration.
the next administration. Who was
So when did it start to take a turn for the worse? When Barbara Bohannon Shepherd was the mayor of Chester.
I say
right or wrong?
it started taking a turn for the worse when Jack Necrelli went to jail.
I don't know any of these.
It was
Let's
already
just.
bad before Jack McCrelly though.
Well,
He
who was
just
the
got
mayor
caught
before
because
Jack
he was
McCrelly?
doing something wrong. I don't fucking know.
So how did it go bad before Jack
was
McCrelly?
already-
And you don't know
he
who the
was-
mayor
He
is.
was doing nothing more than what was already being done.
No, he was a mobster, and he
Yeah,
started
so
doing what he wanted to do.
started
One
doing
of our
it his
mayors was a
way.
mobster?
Yeah, Jack
Absolutely.
McCrelly, absolutely. My great grandma was worked for him under his secretary when she died.
So why are y'all having a problem with what's going on now? If one of our mayors was a mobster,
Because they not paying no bills.
Now we don't have the power, so we can sit there and say, look how they fucked this up.
my
That's
favorite
not
mayor,
it. It's because
Smackholes.
they're not paying bills. That's the problem. At least the bills was paid, the lights, the water, the people was actually giving us and pouring into our city instead of walking away and saying, hey, they on their own. They was having conversations at tables and actually coming up with solutions for our problems. We had good
I don't believe
standards.
that.
We had money in
Then how are we
bank.
so far in debt?
You keep asking that.
I'm just asking because I dig what you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if we're umpteen million, that means that back when them problems started, them niggas wasn't paying the bills either.
No, they was paying the
Let's think
bills.
about Overtown. You go in all these buildings over here. You see
Mm-hmm.
how bad they look. That's not just an 8-year problem. That's not a 10-year problem. It's not a 20-year problem.
It's
not
an
a
Asian
30-year
problem.
That's a 40, 50-year problem. If we go back 50 years,
It went
if
from
we
the
go
whites
back,
to the Asians to now us.
if we go back 50 years, we're looking at 1972.
So why is
Let's
everybody mad at this regime that's in
because
the?
it's easy to point finger at the motherfucker that's there now. You can't point a finger at somebody that was there 50 years ago because they gone.
But
They
you
don't
still,
even.
you still
and then
can.
they've done
They do.
so much other great things for
I'm
their
a
community.
Republican.
See, you
What's
see what
it-
I'm
Started
saying?
with Mayor Wilson.
So does it even matter if both sides fucked up money then?
They all did.
Everybody
They
did.
did, but it's about still paying the bills. It's still about taking care
don't
of
have
what's
to-
They
important.
weren't paying the bills back then. Not if it's
They
proof
was
on the
paying
paper.
The bills. They was paying the bills. The trash company wasn't leaving our fucking
So
trash
all
on
right,
the
so
curb. Let me finish.
are you saying that after
Let me finish.
the last
Let him
regime
finish.
left,
Let him
then all the bills came?
Yep. Let her
I'm
finish.
saying,
But that doesn't-
no, that's not what I said.
Let her finish.
What I said was they were paying the bills. The trash companies wasn't saying that you owed them money, so we're going to cut back on the day until we're completely caught up. Or how about we just not going to show up for work next week and their trash going to stay here for months?
Now, was the Chester Water Authority giving the city money?
Yes.
Chester Water Authority ain't allowed to do that. Illegal.
They was
That's
they
what
was
the,
donating.
that's the, whether
It was
it's
a donation.
whether it's donation,
It was a donation.
or anything.
I see what you're
that
saying.
is
It was a
illegal.
donation.
So shit been fucked up for years.
Chester Water Authority was ran by who? The Republicans. Chester, you
That
had to
sounds
be a
like a lot of
Republican.
hate, though, bro.
That's not hate. I was a
Listen,
Republican,
if I
bro.
came and asked you to give me, if I came and asked you for a donation, all I gotta do is you gotta give me what, a W-9 form. I gotta fill it out and give it back. You gotta fill it out and give it back to me, and then you can give me. I can give you a donation towards the station. It's not legal, but it's okay to do.
It's not legal?
According to the state, no.
But the Republicans did it.
And you're not
So
supposed
you're
to do
admitting
it.
that Republicans did illegal acts?
They still do.
Yeah.
I think everybody does.
Okay, so why are we mad
The
then?
Democrats
I'm not
just
mad.
take
I'm
care
not
of
mad. I'm just saying
themselves
we
first.
have to be able
The-
to point
the
and say
Democrat-
this is what's
The
wrong.
Democrats
this is
just
where we
take
went
care of
wrong.
themselves first.
Can't sit there and say
We got an election on Tuesday.
where the,
Go out and vote.
Where the Republican Party at on that?
Nowhere.
There is no Republican
Home
Party
rubbing
in the
my
city of
feet.
Chester.
Home rubbing
There's
my
no
feet together.
Republican Party?
Who
No.
you see? Where you see the Republican Party at?
I'm saying if they was already in office, they already got their retirement money.
Full
From what I'm
pensions.
taking from what I'm taking from
Full
all this right
pensions.
now, I'm
Full
just saying
pensions.
if everybody was thieving, who are we to point the
here's my
fingers at the
thing.
thieves?
Here's my thing with either party. One party took care of the house. The other party takes care of what's in the house. They take care of themselves. They
That-
didn't pay no bills.
Wait a minute, hold
when
up.
You
Say
get
that
your
again?
paycheck. One party
That might have
took
been
care
too
of the
deep for
house.
me. You might have just went Kanye West. Go ahead. What'd you
The
say?
other party take care of what's in the house. They don't take care of the
House.
foundation. They not making
In the
sure the
house.
structure is good. They didn't make sure the lights was still on. They didn't make sure the water was running. They didn't make sure the fucking bills was paid. They running around here making sure they got 16 fucking Taylor suits. And
Nah,
everybody got
that's
a fancy
bullshit.
fucking
Nah,
car. Let
you
me
can't
finish.
wait
Let me
until.
finish.
Listen to what you just did, though. You said one family, one regime took care of the house,
They
the
paid
structure of the
the bills.
house.
Then the house would be
but
fine.
they was
They
fucking
took-
going into debt then.
They took care of the bills.
And then you
bro.
gonna wait until the
They
one
took care of the
person
bills.
catches all the debts
I
and
talked
say,
about
"Oh, he the
them
worst
all.
one."
I talked about them all.
Both sides was fucked up.
Both
I
sides.
didn't say
sides
that
dug
they
us in a
wasn't.
hole.
Both sides.
I didn't say that
The
wasn't.
school
but the
district,
point being,
the school district North was in school in 1995, right?
I was.
Wasn't the school terrible? We was all in Chester High in
Wasn't Thaddeus
1995.
Kirkland
Who was
standing?
it? Who was it?
Wasn't
Lean
Thaddeus
on
Kirkland
me.
standing in
I
front of
thought the
another
state
school?
rep had nothing to do with the school.
That's the school, period. What do you mean? The mayor has nothing to do with the school. The state rep's office has everything to do with the school district.
How?
Because they're the ones that go ask for the money.
Didn't the last state rep say I get the money? I don't know what they do with the
He
money
said,
later.
I give them the money and it's their responsibility to do what they want to do with it.
Oh.
That's what he said. He didn't say,
So what-
I don't get the
so
money.
what
The
did this-
mayor stated right here, I have absolutely nothing to do with Chester Upland School District. His words, not mine. He
Right.
said that in the interview. You're asking me the wrong stuff. I have
So,
nothing to do with Chester Upland School District.
So if he's having nothing to do with it, then he has nothing to do with
But
it.
he was the state rep in 1995 standing in front of another school district telling them either you're going to give us this money or we're going to bus our kids to your school because we don't have a high school. Boom.
Boom,
Yeah.
what?
Boom, what?
We still had a high school.
No,
Boom, what?
but-
Both regimes
you just
fucked
said-
up.
You just said
Democrats and
what?
Republicans
Boom, that's
stole
what he
money.
said.
I'm
Y'all
trying to
gonna
say-
give me this money. Y'all gonna give it to us out y'all budget because they misappropriated the funds. Y'all gonna give it to us out y'all budget, or we're gonna bust our kids.
I'm
to
glad
go.
I'm not a Democrat or Republicans because y'all have like this deep-rooted anger against each other that makes no fucking sense.
Not me.
You stole,
I ain't
you
got
stole.
No, you stealing
You
too.
was stealing too.
No,
Remember
you
that
was
one
stealing
year
too.
you was
No,
stealing.
hold
No,
on.
but I was paying the bills.
But
I
I
was
was,
paying the
when
bills.
I was in charge, I was paying the bills.
I was paying the
Because
bills.
you had money coming in from the side door.
It doesn't
Yeah, like,
matter.
nigga,
They
it
would've
does
still
matter.
They still would have had the same money too, but they still
No,
had the same budget.
They wouldn't
Yes,
have.
they
Nah,
would've.
you know they
Yes,
wouldn't
would've.
have. You know how water get cut
Oh
off,
my God!
bro.
When y'all support these certain people,
I'm not
y'all start
supporting
talking,
anybody.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
supporting the city.
You're supporting certain
Who?
people. When you start supporting certain people, you start talking a certain way. I don't support not a motherfucking soul.
So-
None of them.
so-
You
so-
just
I
sat
don't
here
see
and
none of
reported the
them more
Republicans.
than the other.
You
No,
just
I
said
said
I'm a
I'm a
Republican.
Right, so
I am
she's
a
supporting
So
Republicans.
you support Republicans
Am I
then?
voting?
Man.
You just said you just keep yelling,
I
I'm a
did.
Republican,
I
I'm a
supported them when
Republican.
They paid the bills. I did. They
Bloods
paid
and
the
Crips,
bills.
bro. Bloods and
Yeah.
Crips. That's how I go. I don't
But
see
they
it
never
that
work
way.
together though. Neither one of these sides ever take a moment
Never-
to say,
never-
yo, we both
know
fucked
why?
up. Let's fix this shit.
Never has it ever benefited anybody black. Never has it ever
It
truly
never does.
lifted us up.
What has
Never
it?
has it.
It doesn't.
None of this political shit.
No.
It's red and blue, and it's white people on both sides.
At
and
the top.
And in the middle, we go to jail. We get welfare. We get this. We get that. We get no education. Our kids get raped. Our kids get beat up. And then at the end of the day, we still sitting here sacrificing. But guess what? As soon as they come in and they give a little bit blessing, then it's like, oh no, shit, they good with me. I'm fine with them.
Oh,
Why?
that
'Cause
seems
your
to be
people are
y'all
good. No.
when they come in and start saying, okay, we're going to make sure you got this, or okay, we're going to make sure you got that.
No, that's not me.
They sit here right now, I can go inside my text message. They're telling me who to support.
Who?
Who is they?
It doesn't matter. They're telling me who to support and why, what they're bringing to our city, what they are promising us today, which they will not give us tomorrow. If they get elected today, they still not gonna give us the shit tomorrow.
So why are you so heavily? Why are you so heavily just
sat?
sat here and said I'm a Republican? I'm a Republican.
I'm a
When you should say
Republican.
I'm not none of this shit. I'm not for
I'm
T.
a
Williams. I'm
registered-
me.
I'm a
Like because I
registered
already know that
Republican.
these people still, and I know these people don't give to my city either.
I am a registered Republican. That is me. I don't deny it. I'm not gonna change who I am for them or nothing. You can't promise me something that I can earn.
So I changed my party because shit, I got to vote. I feel like my vote counts during the primary. That's the only time it fucking counts now.
Ooh.
If there's no Republican Party, so you're saying I'm gonna stay a Republican and just vote in the primary, and there's nobody for you to vote for. Who you voting for? So now your vote is inactive. You have no say-so over anything. So if you don't vote, you can't complain. So who you voting for? If you're a Republican, there's nobody on that
What did
ballot
they
for
promise you to
For the
change
city
your
of
ballot?
Chester.
What did they
For the
promise
ci-
you to
Nobody-
change to a
not
Democrat?
For T, don't nobody promise me.
Because I swear you just told me
shit.
the other day, I'm a Republican too, bro. That's what you just said to me the other day.
I am a
right?
Republican.
You
At
just
my
said I'm
core-
changed to a Democrat.
At my core, I am a Republican, but there is no one in the city. There is no Republican Party. You called me the other day, said the Republicans are meeting, and I said, not over there. That's the Secretary of HUD that was here. That was her people. Ain't no Republican meeting. You just called me. Then you called me today, another day, and you said, oh, they having a meeting here. I don't have a problem with showing up to a Republican meeting. I understand small government. That's what works. Not a big government, not doing everything for us and holding us over welfare and jail and all that other shit. I understand that. I get that. I'm fully for that. You understand what I'm saying? But what I'm not going to be for is sitting there and saying, oh, it's more your fault than it's both of y'all motherfuckers' faults. It's your fault for getting all the money and having the money coming in through the side door,
So you're
and then
Democrat.
making sure that when the Democrats take over, it'll fall in their face and we'll be in office in another.
Nah, they got to make the same allies that we
There
did.
is no other allies.
It is.
Nah,
Y'all
if it's-
got to get y'all rich Democrats in
Nah,
here to get
nah,
this
you
money.
know- you know-
Promise them some shit like they did. Promise them some shit like they did, and then make good on your promises. That's all. That's how the world works, right? If you want to buy this building from me, I tell you, okay, bro, you can buy this building from me, but listen, in 5 years, I'm gonna need this section right here. So if this is what's going on, you got to honor me in 5 years. You can't come back and say, nah, it wasn't me that said it. It got to be written down. So you know, listen, they gave us this building right here. So in 5 years, when they come here and they come back for this, you got to make sure it's ready for them. You got to keep good on your promises. These niggas not keeping good on their promises. They get new fucking cars and 16-button suits. That's what they doing. They ain't making sure the bills is paid. They ain't making sure that the house is ran properly. They in chaos. They arguing with each other at the meetings. Hold on. They arguing with each other at meetings and all kinds of stuff. Apparently the other Democrats. That's why they been here for so fucking long. I don't know.
I'm just saying, because you throwing it at me like I'm supporting them.
It's only a Republican because
And the whole DA department is Democrat.
Democrat.
You understand what I'm saying?
So he's
Like,
a Democrat now. See? Here I go with the money. That's it.
That's
What
his
money?
job.
That's how I got to be.
What money?
Yeah,
when I was
so
hired, I was
it-
a Republican.
You a
When I
Democrat
chose
now.
to change is because
You
I
changed- you changed
want my
'cause they told
voice.
you to.
I want my voice heard in the primary. That's the only place their votes count now.
They heard you?
You don't think so?
Nah,
You really don't think so?
not at all.
Okay, well that's your opinion. That means your voice doesn't count either.
It didn't.
How do they hear
That's
you?
why I wasn't there. It didn't.
Nah.
They're going to put in there
Make
who
sure
they
you
want
go
to put
out
in
and
there.
vote November 8th, man. Do not allow for anybody to turn anybody. I don't turn anybody no way. You can be who you are,
Woo.
however you are. You know what I mean? But make sure you go out
Both of
and
y'all
make your
sound
voice
stupid
heard.
as hell.
It's a crazy fight, bro. I'm not fighting.
It does.
You
It
feel
just
me?
sounds
Like,
stupid.
I'm not fighting with you. Now, if I love you, you my sister. How am I fighting with you?
You just sat here and told me
Right.
the other day you were a Republican. Now we're on national or live, and
Right.
you're a Democrat.
He said
Bro,
no. He said he's a Republican.
Right.
He said he still supports Republicans,
Right.
but he has to be a Democrat to vote. I understand. That was very clear. That made sense. What he just said.
It don't make sense to other people, bro.
That don't make sense to
I
you?
can't make it make sense to now.
I'm neither one. I don't give a fuck about neither one of y'all about this Republican and Democrat shit because I'm on the streets and y'all neither one of them helped the city. And I've been on the
don't.
streets for 7
And they
years.
don't.
Prior to that, I was on the streets. I went up with my business before. Y'all don't help. So I don't give a fuck who's in the
But they
office,
make
who does
promises.
what.
They
You know who
make
I see
promises.
does work in the city? The people. I'm for the people. It's always been the people. It's always going to be the people because while y'all two is arguing
So you ain't
Democrat, hold on. While y'all are arguing Democrats and Republicans, guess who I see up there on Tillman Street on Central and what is that? Hold on, I'm sorry. On Curlin and 9th Street
Where?
that was given out for kids.
Right.
There was a bunch of regular people.
Democrats.
It wasn't a bunch of the mayor's office wasn't there.
Was a bunch of Democrats?
It was Democrats.
When they was over town giving out
The
shit,
the
that
Republican was up
that
there.
wasn't the mayor's office. Do you hear what I'm saying to
Dave
you?
Galush was up there on 9th Street giving out candy. You feel me? He a Republican.
I'm saying it wasn't a part of
I
y'all.
wasn't there.
Whatever y'all regime is that y'all say y'all doing.
Just do it.
The shit, the people are always the ones that show out. The people are the ones that always get pissed off and upset and come out and street clean. The people are the ones that are going to change the way the school district is going. All
I'm a
that
Republican.
Republican, Democrat
forget
bullshit.
to vote on Tuesday.
Y'all niggas just use it as an argument to steal some more
Don't-
money and never even
don't
help the
forget-
fucking people.
Ooh.
What? I'm saying that for both angles of it. I don't give a fuck if you Republican or Democrat. I'm on the streets with real business owners who are busting their ass every day to keep the community going. And I will never see, only time I see Republicans or Democrats is election time.
True.
So
That
I
is
don't
true.
give a fuck because then I don't even hear about 400,000 missing. Goddamn, y'all could have sent a $400,000 check to your black community so we could have cleaned up some shit or
you'll never
anything other
find out
type
the
shit
dirt
like that.
until it's election time. You'll never find out what happened all year long until it's election time.
You know-
we would have never knew that that $1.1 million and $700,000 in taxes wasn't paid for the city residents that work for the city.
Who
we
said
would've
that?
Never knew that.
See what I'm saying?
We'd have never knew that. Nobody would have never ever leaked that if it wasn't for the fact that it was election time.
But who's,
no one
one's running
would've-
over there. There's no
It's
seats
no-
up for grabs.
It's
So
no seats up for grabs. But at the end of the day, the
So that's
next
a waste of
election.
information.
No, it's not a waste of information because guess what it does? It pushes them out now so that we'll know. Now you remember back last November when they was talking about X, Y, and Z? They gotta go. They start now. You gotta start with this election in order for you to get ready for the next election because the next
For
election
what?
is what? 2 council seats and the mayoral seat.
But then what happens then?
So the information is being leaked by the team that wants to run against them now.
All right,
That's what happens, right?
I'm just gonna do normal people thinking here. Let's just do normal people thinking. Let me just get 1 second of your time.
What?
So what you telling me is, all right, bam, they leaked the information, right? So that when the next election comes, I'm supposed to go in here and vote for the next group of people to come in and steal some more fucking money, which you just told me money was getting stole for over 30 fucking years. So why the fuck am I supposed to think this shit gonna change in the next couple years?
Make it
50
change.
years.
So it's been going on for over 50 years. And during this 50 years, it was Republicans and Democrats back and forth
but
in the
they gonna
office,
make-
right?
they made
So
promises.
you want me to believe,
It's the promises.
you want a person
Promises,
with an inch of intellect to
promises
believe that the next
you
time
can
goes around.
Keep yourself. Promises that you can't keep yourself.
But the Republicans, your squad kept
They didn't
the
keep-
promises.
No, what they did was they made better deals, and they paid first before they paid themselves. That's
Then why
the
we in this
thing.
situation?
We're in the situation because we've always been in the situation. You got to remember, at one point in time, City Hall was taking tax money, and it wasn't being applied to people taxes. People fucking property taxes was so fucking high that when the county was looking at them like, how do they owe almost $100,000 in taxes, and they've owned this house for this amount of time? You got to remember back then, everybody has taken from the pot. But the thing is, are you making sure the bills are paid so we can still reside here? Are you making sure that you paid your rent? Are you making sure that you paid the light bill so that the lights can still turn on? Did you pay the water bill so that the water can still run? Or are we going to go get our fucking water from the river? What are we doing here? If you're not making sure that is done first, and I'm just saying that from the point of view of a mother, I gotta make sure the house is paid for before I can even buy baby a new pair of shoes. Then I gotta make sure that the kids is taken care of because they are the next runners of this house. So then I worry about myself. I don't put myself first. I don't go and
world
buy
you live
myself new clothes. I live in this world.
What world
I
you
take
live in?
care of my house first, then my kids, then myself.
That it doesn't make. You see, I'm just the outside
All right,
looking
so
in.
you said who was the mayor after Jack McCrelly? Joseph Battle.
And then
All of these people went on to do other things, right? And it's mostly Delaware County Court of Common Pleas. They become, you know what I mean?
they
But
become judges. Yeah.
Willie Mae Leake was after Joseph Battle. She was a Republican. Then
And
in
then-
1992 to 1995, Barbara Bohannon Shepherd,
And we went broke. Boom.
right?
We definitely they killed us.
She only did 3 years.
Y'all
They,
nice.
they impeached her.
Then Dr. Aaron Wilson took over.
Mr. Wilson. Mhm.
He immediately resigned to take a Pennsylvania State Public Utilities Commission, and he gave the job to Dominic Pileggi. Pileggi then does it for 3 years, right?
And then
He gave the job to Wendell Butler, who had it for 10 years, right? Then John Linder, then
then
Thaddeus
Thaddeus.
Kirkland. You feel me? So
It's been happening for, and the only person y'all mad at.
look, and
Is
we can go.
Barbara
and
Bohannon
if-
Shepherd?
Hold on.
Literally, if we go back 30 years,
Yeah.
who's in that time for 30 years? 1968 to 1979.
Let's just do this here.
Jack McCall.
You
But
feel me?
I never
Hold
said
on.
that Jack
19
wasn't wrong. I wouldn't know him. I wasn't even born.
Okay, let's
but
do
what
the
I'm
numbers
saying
here.
Is what he
1,
did. If
2,
he didn't start running the shit his own way, it probably
Republican,
he wouldn't have went to jail and it
Republican.
wouldn't have went out of whack. He came in on a Brody
Republican,
mission. When
Republican,
you read his story,
Republican.
he came in on a Brody mission. Nigga, you gonna pay me.
Republican.
You gonna do this. You gonna do that.
Republican.
You can say
Republican.
Republican, but let's check them
Republican,
bills and that
Republican.
credit.
Republican,
Check that.
Republican,
When
Republican,
Barbara
Republican,
Bohannon,
Republican.
if you gonna check the bills and the credit, bro,
Republican,
that's because that's where we stand at, right?
Wait a
So
minute.
show me what you
I'm
said you was
confused
gonna do
here.
that you did while you were in office. If we gonna keep on upholding them the way we uphold them, like at the end of the day, when Barbara Bohannon Shepherd, they dicked the shit out of her. I felt bad for her because I was in school and I went to school with her son. So I really felt bad for her because they put her in office. Like, all right, well, we're gonna give the Dems a chance. And since the lady, Miss Leak, was doing what she was doing, Miss Leak was giving so much to the community from her own fucking pocket. She was an amazing woman at all times. I never seen nothing wrong that she did. She said what she said. She ran the city like a business. She didn't run the city like it was a personal effect of hers. She ran it like a business. When she stepped away and Miss Shepherd came in.
When was Miss Leak in?
Miss Shepherd didn't have knowledge of what she was getting into. She just said it was another woman running, she can run against her. They fucked the shit out of Miss Shepherd. They embarrassed her so bad, I ain't seen her since. Plain and simple was that. You bring her up to her son, where your mom at, mayor? He be like, don't play with me. Cause they really, what they did to his mom, they put her in that seat just like they did Linder. They put you in there to say you said you could do it better. Only to take it back from you. She ain't pay a bill. She couldn't even speak at her own council meetings.
Do you understand that just like Thaddeus, like there are people in line to be in charge of paying bills? Like just like so we're saying Will is responsible for the $400,000 and the $700,000.
Finance department, period. So
Right.
Will is the bill.
So whatever council person was on council at that time was involved with that financing period. That's how the charter goes for the city. You have financial people, and the mayor is just in charge of the police department.
Was
So-
Was Will always the financial
Yes.
councilman since he's been the
Yes,
councilman?
after he took over for Nafis. Nafis was there, and when Nafis left, Will
Nafis
took
got
over.
fucked. It's the same stuff. It's nothing different. He was the finance manager. He got fucked. He signed some shit that he wasn't supposed to sign either. They just got him out of there before
So
they
at
get
what?
noticed.
All I'm hearing is that y'all just some fuck ups when y'all get in City Hall over
They
here, whether
are.
you Republicans
They
or
make all
Democrats.
these
But
promises
y'all
to the
keep
constituents.
y'all over here fighting back and forth saying who's better.
But when-
No,
everybody's
we not saying
it ain't
who's
who's better.
better.
It's who's the bigger fuck up. Everybody
Yeah.
fucked up in there.
They did, and they still are going to continue to. When we sat here and we interviewed Stefan, I asked him, "What did they promise you for this seat?" Nobody. I'm a firm believer that you're promised something, and then you have to promise something in return. What did you promise them back? What did they offer you, and what did you promise them that you can give them? He said nothing. I'm gonna wait and see. Hopefully, I'm alive to see it. I don't know, Lord willing, but I know you offered them something for their backing.
What does
That's
that have
what
to do
everybody-
with the fact that y'all fuck ups? What do it got to do for either side of this Democratic or Republican Party? Like, who are y'all to judge the next people to go win?
You don't-
If y'all done fucked up for all them years that I just looked at on there, like, who the fuck cares? I don't even give a fuck. Like,
You
this is why
gotta care.
this is why I stick the
They
way
say
I
you
stick to
gotta
because
care.
no, I don't gotta do anything because
They
y'all
say you
fuck
gotta
ups.
care.
Y'all over here sending out blank checks to people and checks to the wrong .coms and shit. Y'all school system fucked up. Y'all can't do shit right. This is more the reason why you need to look to Kanye West's and Dr. Umar's when they try to open up their own private schools, because y'all inside these buildings is fucked up. Y'all fucked up.
This is
Y'all
true.
are fucked up ass people. Not you. I'm just saying
I
the
said
people
this
that
is
make
true.
it in those buildings do
This
fucked
is
up ass
true.
shit. Now
They
look,
get in
Listen,
we
there.
don't even own our
They
own
get in
water.
there.
Look at this. Look at this, though. Look at this. McCrelly was hired by Westinghouse to influence Delaware County politicians in supporting the development of the Westinghouse trash incinerator in Chester, despite the objections of
But
Willie Mae Lee.
didn't McCrelly own a part of the trashes thing?
No,
His family did.
he went to jail. Like when he went
No,
to
he
jail.
went to jail, but didn't his family?
No,
that was
his
the
family
mob
did
money
not.
right there.
No, it was. It's all mob money. It's all money.
It's all mob money.
Connected money makes shit go. If you're involved with trash, why not
Yeah.
bring a trash the same place to here? Let's poison these people. We don't give a rat's ass. They paying us. Oh, they love me.
And it's
I'm gonna
money
go
in
in there and I'm
trash.
gonna talk them right into doing it because they love me. They understand
So
this
why
power.
did he go to jail?
Uh,
I mean, why was he hired?
why was he hired by Westinghouse?
Yes,
It
he
just
was
says
hired
he-
by Westinghouse to
Right.
to
It
what?
said
Sway
McCrelly
the
continued to
votes.
play a role in local politics and Chester city government after his release from prison. He reattained influence in the control of patronage matters and the official affairs of Chester City Council and the Chester School District. Coming home from jail after doing 2 years of jail.
Yeah,
like him.
but I still got the money and the influence. Just because I went to jail don't mean that stops
Is he
me.
alive?
I'm still who I am.
I like him.
I want to know if he alive. I would love to talk to him.
Let's get him in here.
He probably old as shit if he's still alive, bro. He got to be like in his 90s by now, right?
When was he born?
I don't know.
Don't say when he was born.
All I know is him.
That's the one that sold the Williams Penn's Landing, the Philly. You feel me? Like that was here. That was supposed to be here. That was across this. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Well, everything goes to Philly, right? That's why it's the Philadelphia Union and the Philadelphia over Harris,
but
Harris over Philadelphia.
That's what happens when you sell.
Everything
when you
goes. It goes to
if
the
Penn's
largest.
Landing, if Penn's Landing would have been able to be for Chester and would have been down here in Chester,
It would have been
you-
different.
Why wouldn't it be? Think about
we
it.
would be booming
Why wouldn't it be?
with the blacks here, not with them.
Look at Atlantic City.
Look at Atlantic City. As
Right,
soon as you
the
step
same-
foot out of Atlantic City, what do you step into?
Black-
Shit,
Black. That's not shit.
bro, it's a mess.
It's not shit though.
Okay,
You feel
well,
me? Like it's another area that was taken
Aren't they about
over
to
by
do the
the
waterfront over?
mobsters. Is when you allow the mobsters to run shit, they said it in the beginning, you want to sell coke, give it to the blacks. Anything you want to sell, don't bring it over here to us. What end up happening? That opioid hit, and it's over there with them. Now we're letting people out of jail, we're helping people because you're doing the same thing for your people.
well, I don't know. All I know is get out and vote on Tuesday.
Yes, please, November 8th. man.
Let your voice be heard. Pierre said that's the only way your voice is heard is when you vote. So get out and vote on Tuesday. Pick the better party. Two important seat that's here is the state rep seat. You got Carol Kazane running against Ruth Moulton. Carol for the win.
Carol for the win. The Senate,
Then you
senator
have the
seat,
senator seat. What's that?
Fetterman versus Dr. Oz.
Fetterman versus
Fetterman.
Dr.
Dr.
Oz.
Oz.
And then you have the
Now I'm going to
governor's
vote for
seat.
Dr. Oz.
Then you have the governor's seat. Who's running for the governor's seat?
Shapiro versus Mastriano. I think Mastrigano.
Yeah, that's his name. So those are three important seats that had some.
Congress.
The Congress seat,
Right, Mary Gay Scanlon, Dave
and
Belush.
yeah. So those are important seats to our city. If you don't do anything else, Tuesday, get out and vote. Take somebody with you. Tell them, how important it is for them to vote, and it's important to vote locally. More important to vote locally than it is to vote nationally. That's just my opinion. Some people can disagree if they choose to, but get out and vote. November the 8th. That's the date, right?
Jack
Tuesday.
McCurley's still alive, bro.
Tuesday, November the
I
8th.
wanna
Get out and
talk to
vote.
him. Anybody know Jack?
I'm gonna pray for y'all.
Researching the people that you wish to put in them seats. But my whole thing is they promise something too.
Who?
The people that's trying to get in them seats.
Everybody promises something.
If I become the next, I what I'll do for you is just bring me a couple people that's gonna be on my side.
So
No,
motherfuckers like-
I think that's completely wrong.
I'm not promising nobody shit.
Nobody is coming off of morals anymore.
There's no reason for me to promise you anything. You haven't received anything for the last 60, 70 years, so I'm not promising you anything. I'm going to fix it so somebody, the next person after me, can promise you some shit. I'm going to fix this shit.
keep trying to look up some stuff here.
Well,
real simple.
get out and vote Tuesday.
What you
Polls
trying to look
open
up?
at 8 a.m. Don't the polls
8
open
a.m.
at 8 a.m.?
8:30.
8:30?
Yeah.
And, you know, just be safe at the polls. We know how it went the last time. The polls were crazy. People
It
were
was
arguing,
unsafe?
very unsafe. People were arguing and fighting. They were attacking our women at the polls. Get out here and make sure it's safe.
Attacking which
Go-
women?
Women at the polls, period. Black
Republicans
women.
or Democrats?
Black women. See how that works? Black women. They were pushing and shoving, choked a woman at the polls. Yes, black women.
In Chester?
Heck no.
Oh.
Child, I think Linwood, Marcus Hook, one of them had it.
Oh, you need to be
When
more
you get out,
specific here.
when you get out and vote, make sure you aware of your surroundings.
So
The
take
earlier,
pepper
the
spray?
better. Try to get out as early as you possibly can. You know, it gets dark kind of early, so it's dark around 7 o'clock now. So try to get out as early as you can. But if you can't, honey, make sure you safe. Go get you a Defense by Daria keychain. Mace them and stab them. Take them out. I'm just saying.
My
if
grandmother
voting-
told me years ago that if your dog starts barking at you,
somebody else is feeding it. And that's the truth. Because a dog don't bark
That's
or
what that
bite the
means?
hand that feeds them. Yeah, that's a cheating line, though. Just so we clear what Grandma really meant.
Right.
If that man start arguing with you over nothing, it's because he's seeing another woman. Yeah.
If he just tired of paying the bills by himself.
No, because that was his responsibility back then. So, Grandma said what she said. She said, if he come in here and he start arguments for nothing, it's because he's
That
seeing
means the mother
someone else.
yam's good.
I guess
Somebody
it's
cooking
just
sweet potato
new.
pie better.
Or it's just other yams.
Yeah, it's just
Somebody else's turkey is more juicier than yours on Thanksgiving.
We were supposed to talk about dating today,
we
and we still got a couple minutes.
No, we can come back.
We can talk about kids.
Right, go ahead.
I'd rather talk about kids, yo. Because
rather talk about
I'm
kids?
having issues
Kids.
with my son.
Okay.
Oh no, we can't. We don't talk about personal stuff
I
in the
can.
air. You just.
I
Can
can.
we shut down the show?
All right.
I can.
Okay, go ahead.
I said we could talk about our own personal.
Okay.
It's not for you to put out there.
Right.
So my thing is I'm having issues with my son. And I've reached out and asked for help. So the school asked me what could they do, and I told them absolutely nothing. You know what y'all did? Stop me from being able to chastise my son. So I say all of that to say, I took my son to the doctors one day, and they told me, after I checked him in, they could only talk with him. Well, if you can only talk with him, he can get himself here.
How old is he?
He's 15. This is when he was 14. So when he was 14,
Is
they
that not
told
the same thing you dealt with your daughters? Did they not tell you that you couldn't go back with your daughters? or-
No, they didn't tell me you couldn't go back. So you have to take them back to the room,
Okay.
and then they ask you, could you leave when they want to ask them personal questions.
All right, and you didn't have that problem with your daughters?
I didn't leave with my daughters. First and foremost, I'm not leaving, sir, because I don't know you or ma'am. I
Right.
don't know you. And
Okay.
anything they need to tell you, they need to tell me too.
Right.
It should not be a secret.
Right.
That's where problems lie.
That's where the shit starts.
Yes.
Right.
So you've already given him too many rights. I took my son to the doctors, to his 5-year physical overlook. So I take him to the doctors, and at the doctors they ask me how does he wish to be identified?
As
By
a
his
man.
name. No, by his name. That's
No,
what he
they're-
was.
they're asking him how
I know,
to-
male
right,
or female.
right.
So they like, no, we gotta act. I'm like, sis, what's his name?
Right.
That's what you call him. Right. And then they say to him, is it okay if I discuss your personal information with, who are you to him?
His mother.
I said, well, I'm the person that just brought him here, so obviously you have to talk to me, because his little 14-year-old brain don't understand what you're saying.
Right.
So we go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So the lady pulls me to the side to explain to me that the couple that was on the side of me, the young boy stepped up to the thing and said, you can talk to me about what you talking about. They can leave. Tell his parents to leave, because his personal business is his personal business. That's his information.
Yes. So this is. I don't even want to jump. 'Cause,
Huh?
So if the insurance is under my name,
Right.
then
And the
you
child
need
is
to-
not old enough to bring their self. If you tell your son or daughter to go to the doctor, go ahead, I'll be there. They can't check in without you. So how the hell can they make decisions for themselves? So I told the school, I said, when the school asked me, what can I do to help you with your son? I told them, you can't do anything. Anything you help me with, you use against them. So it's nothing you can do. You can't offer me your resources. And then the resources that are on the outside cost so much that people can't afford them.
I feel like you were being biased right there, though.
Biased how?
Kind of like built up a wall when you kind of did that.
How? Go ahead.
the school asked you a question, and I understand it's your son, so you're already in an emotional delay there, and they asked you. I'm just saying what you said back. Hey, man, can I help you with your son? Your response to them is no. You can't help me because you keep a report of everything that goes on.
So now they
that's
build it up.
usually what doctors and schools do, though.
But guess what the doctors do? They don't share it with other people outside of you and maybe another doctor. The schools shares it with the system and builds a case against you as the parent.
Well, not so much a case. They just build up
it's
your
a case.
profile.
It becomes a case, bro. If the wrong thing is said in there, it becomes a case. Oh, the mom is neglectful or the father is neglectful or this is what's going on.
Because this is the research
So
that they built up over the years.
Well, whereas a doctor, by law, cannot discuss
your information.
anything that is shared between the patient
And the
and them.
I might go back and forth
if
with
the
you.
school doctor, if you have a school therapist and the school therapist comes and asks you and talks to your child, they didn't have to go sit at a round table, and discuss it with everybody at that round table to assess the child and to get a better regime of what can make the child's day go better.
Let me get a quick one in here real quick. All right,
Go
go
ahead.
right back and forth. Here we go. So I'm a doctor, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm your kid's physician. Pierre, your son, Pierre Jr., comes to me. And over the years, he gets a different doctor every year, and he gets older, the doctor changes, right? Now he's 22 years old, and he has chest problems. As a doctor, I need to go back and look at all of his records, whether you can voice it out your mouth or not to me. I need to go back and look at these group of records to determine why I think he has this chest problem.
Right.
As a psychiatrist, as a judge, as a such and such, your son went to school all these years. Each year they gave a progress report, a such and such report. All the teachers put in a report, they stapled it, your file get bigger and bigger. I was one of them badass kids with the big ass file. The shit that, you know that file because you went to jail before. They pull out that whole file, it'd be like a Bible. And the judge has to assess. I don't say that it's right, I just understand why they do it. Because they want to be able, like you said, I mean, to build up a case, but sometimes just for regular psychology. Why was this person doing this? And they say, so this would happen, this year this would happen. If they didn't put these things in a folder and keep them, then by the time that they reach a certain age.
I'm not upset about the folder. It's about the school,
the people that have access to the folder is what you're upset about.
The people that have access, they don't have MD behind their name, number one. But their job is to stop you as the parent from being the proper parent or the type of parent that parented you.
Okay, so that's a whole, but what you're upset with, what I'm getting from what you just said, right? It isn't just going on. I mean, this is a whole system problem that has evolved into what it is now.
Yeah.
Like you just said, when I was a kid, if my grandmom took me to the doctors, she being the older person with knowledge, they had to tell her what was going on.
Right.
Even when I'm 15, 16, hey, your grandson, he's sick, he got a chest cold, you're gonna have to go to the, because you're the one driving.
So now.
So you have to go to the Walgreens and get him the medicine, you have to go here and get him this.
Right.
Same with the school system. The school system is now saying, don't touch your kid. Listen, you could come pick up your kid, but don't touch your kid.
And don't yell at them.
If you walk past these doors and go straight to that classroom without checking in at this little box thing right here, you're trespassing. Don't whip your kid in that hallway. That's an assault charge. They've already alienated parents.
Period.
You understand? But
then they come and ask you for help. They want you to help after they've already completely destroyed.
I can understand why they ask for help, because guess what? The teachers that work at these buildings, they didn't put these laws in order. So these teachers are your neighbors.
But
these
they uphold them.
They uphold them, but they didn't make the law.
No,
and this is their job.
You do have a choice. You do have a choice.
What is their choice?
It's all about how you handle your classroom. If this child is getting out of hand, I wouldn't come to the school and fuck my son up right today. But I wouldn't come to the school to beat my son. I wouldn't come to chastise my son. I would come, if a caring teacher says, hey, listen, this is what our problems have been for the last 5 days. Not wait until the 5th day and say, this is what I went through all week with your son, and I don't want him in my classroom anymore. And I'm not talking about my son right now on a personal level. I'm talking about these teachers that are there for the check. They don't make sure you have a rapport with them and make sure you have an understanding of what the classroom dynamics are. They come in there, they treat your children as if they are, I don't even know what they're treating our kids like they are. And I'm talking about at Chester High right now. They come in there. They don't have.
I understand why they do it.
Why?
They've been backed into a corner at their job.
What's the back?
Don't you? But see, once again, it's like, and here it is with. I'm not saying it. Let me say this the right way. With people who think Bloods and Crips, Democrats, Republicans, you never look at it from the teacher standpoint. Now here it is. I got this job. I got this degree. I have to work as a teacher because I done spent all this money, right? I go here to be a teacher, and I want you to be able to come whip your son's bad ass. I want you to be able to come in here and whip little Pierre's bad ass. I want you to come and whip your son's ass in Alpha but I can't allow that because the new era is cell phones and rules. Now you're mad at me because I can't do anything but write on a piece of paper what's wrong with your son when he does something bad. That's the only weapon of choice I have is a piece of paper and calling the principal and calling you. But when you get to the door, I can't let you through the door.
How do we get back to regular parenting?
So the practice remains legal in the United States, right? So
what practice?
Corporal punishment
is where?
in public schools was constitutional. In 1977, they voted against that, right? And they gave children the right
to speak up
because they wanted the parents that were in these ghettos to be able to be punished, to put people in there. So everything that they do is for a reason. If we're not in control of the system that puts these things into effect, we don't have any control over our kids. I was in the charter school, man.
But you got to be in control of the
literally,
kids.
them kids will cut. I'm talking about this is 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. These 8th graders in there telling me, fuck you, nigga, kiss my little nigga. Like, what's wrong? I will fuck you up. But we can't do anything as adults because the kids have all the power.
They have tied your hands.
You feel me?
They tied your hands behind your back.
Tied your hands behind your back.
As a parent too, though.
But as a parent, your hands are tied. But because we don't work, they call you up to the school because your child is misbehaving. You come up there 3 times. You feel like, oh, y'all picking on my kid. No, your child is misbehaving. Address your child. You don't address your child. You don't fix things with your child. Your child comes back to school. Man, you can call my mom. She ain't going to do shit.
Period.
What's she going to do? So if the mom cannot lay her hands.
Democrats and Republicans, they played y'all against each other.
If the father can't lay hands on the child, if the mother can't lay hands on the child feels like he going into school and he owns this shit.
They played y'all against each other. Right. Don't you see the theory of it? They are playing teachers against parents. Because the teacher only has so much they could do. And you just said it yourself. You said, man, they keep calling me. So when I get there, I'm like, damn, like you're picking on my kid. But really the teacher is like, damn, I just want you to discipline your kid. But you're the parent and you're saying, and while the teacher's talking shit about you behind your back, guess what you're saying? I can't hit this nigga in front of y'all. I'll go to jail.
Right.
I can't hit him until he get home.
Right.
And then by the time he gets home, we're all on different pages. So they play you guys against each other. Just as simple as that it can be.
Can we define abuse? What is abuse to a child?
Everything nowadays.
Right. No, you have discipline and then you have abuse. Like coming home drunk and beating your kids, I think is abuse.
Beating coming your kids angry about something else and beating your kids is abuse.
I feel like if you come home angry and your kid was in school being disrespectful and you beat his ass, that's not abuse.
So did our parents talk to us about why they beat us?
My dad did.
Mine did.
My dad did.
My grandma did.
He always. I mean, that's why I talk to people the way I do because my father talked after he whooped my ass.
Oh, he gave you understanding as to why. You know why I beat you?
So you know why this happened?
Because you was mad at what I did.
No, you know why this happened? Because you were disrespectful. You know why this happened? Because I told you not to do it. You know why this happened? I mean, I used to do all types of shit.
Huh?
Keep on. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut off this conversation. Right. Keep going.
I used to do all types of shit, and my dad would whoop my ass. When my dad died when I was 12, the ass whooping stopped. Now, all the shit that I was doing before, I started doing that shit a little bit faster and a little bit harder. So at the end of the day, correction, all children want is correction.
So do you think that kids that are not chastised turn out better than kids that are chastised?
No.
Do you think that kids that are chastised turn out better than kids that are not?
I think you have a mix of both. You feel me? You have the kids that haven't been chastised.
So do you think that parents that are 100% involved in the upbringing of their children turn out better than parents that aren't?
I think it's a mix of both.
Do kids whose parents are 100% involved? Yeah, I think those kids got a way better chance in single parent houses.
I think a better chance. I said a
better chance. It's still a chance because
Kevin Durant was raised in a single parent household. His mom. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and when he won his MVP, he told his mom, "You my MVP." Why? Because the mom explained everything she was doing. She didn't go out. She didn't get drunk. She didn't bullshit. She didn't play. She didn't ignore her son. She put her energy into her son. And when she didn't put her energy into her son, she put it into work for her son.
Where's her dad? Where's that?
Nobody ever knows.
Okay.
Same thing with LeBron James. Have you ever seen LeBron James' father? No, but you always see the mother. You ain't never seen LeBron at a game or anything. That's LeBron James' dad. Never. But he is who he is. He became who he became because of the village around. Moms have to understand you can't raise a man on your own. And if you do not allow men to help out.
Who raised LeBron?
Huh?
Who raised LeBron?
LeBron.
Who raised Kevin? Who did he say was the real MVP? So you can't say the mom can't raise them alone if they did it.
Okay, she did not.
If it's been done.
She didn't do it alone.
So at some
Who was
point,
there? Who else did he
the other
acknowledge?
men, he doesn't have to acknowledge the other men of the village.
Oh,
Niggas know what they did.
Once you
Women
take,
can't
listen to
do
me.
it
Hold on.
alone, but
They didn't do it alone.
we
Then do
can't
it
even get on
alone.
that
Ain't nobody got
conversation.
time for that. We out of here, man. Like you can't do it
Y'all some
alone.
hating ass niggas still.
No, we not.
Y'all
You don't
some hating
let, you
ass
didn't even
niggas.
let him
You
finish.
just said it.
You didn't
You
let
can't
him
do it
finish
alone.
though.
You let him finish.
No, you didn't. So
I did.
listen to this,
Y'all want
Navati.
credit.
I'm gonna say it to
Y'all
you so you
want
can
credit.
hear it.
Y'all
It
want
isn't
credit.
about a man being there
You
with
want
you.
credit.
It's about a village.
You want
And
credit.
when you take apart that village, then yeah, you're fucked up. That's why these kids are fucked up. Because in the village, it's the teachers. It's the motherfucking neighbors that you
Most
got.
teachers are
It's the
women.
people that work at the stores in your community. All of them are a part
Most of
of
the
your
neighbors
kid's
are
village.
women.
And while you guys sit here and y'all pluck them off one at a time, let me tell you what a lot of parents do.
I don't want you
The
here. I don't want
people-
you here.
the person at the store, you can't talk to my kid like that.
Right.
The person at the school, you can't talk
Right.
to my kid like that. His
Right.
coach, you can't talk to my kid like that.
Right.
The teacher, you can't talk. And then it ends up being one person trying to talk to the kid. And
then
every
the
time the
kid-
kid gets to a certain level, that one person reaches out to everybody, but everybody that's a part of his circle, you done cut off. That's why it's always been a village. That's why LeBron's mom, guess what? LeBron grew up around, he'll tell you, he said it in his interviews. He had coaches behind him.
Right.
He had his teachers behind him.
Right.
That's why he had a proper education. It's more than just, listen to me, it's more than just one parent. It's always more than just one parent. One parent can't do it alone, male or female. A man can't raise a little boy by himself. It has to be a woman involved somewhere else. That mean, it don't work. There's a woman somewhere giving that little boy some love. It's a woman somewhere. It's a grandmom. It's an aunt. It's a school teacher. There is a lady somewhere explaining to him the other side of the genetics. It's always is. You think LeBron could be a good husband without there have been a man in his life telling him how to be a man?
Yes.
Okay. Just say okay to it.
What?
A dog can't teach a cat how to be a cat.
Nobody
And a
can
cat
teach you how
can't
to
teach a
survive.
dog how to be, you know what I mean?
And he can teach him how to clean up after himself. I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong. What I'm saying is I asked him a question about what he said. He said that when Kevin got to the podium, he said to his mom, "You are my MVP." She did it by herself. He said she didn't put her time into drinking. She didn't go out. She didn't do drugs, whatever. She went to work and she put the rest of it into her son. He didn't say someone else was there.
Who's
So
gonna
don't
coach?
say that she
Who's gonna
can't
coach
do
him
it.
in basketball?
Okay,
Who's gonna
so
get
he
him
went to
basketball
school.
practice?
He went to school and
Who's gonna make sure he
she
learn?
took him to basketball
He went
practice.
to Texas.
When we down here at the hold on. When we down here at the Panthers, who the fuck is out there at football practice besides the coaches? The mom.
So them coaches
hold on,
don't talk to
hold
them
on.
kids?
The coaches is teaching
You don't
the
account
kids.
the coaches?
The coaches is teaching the kids how to play the sport. Not all of them is telling them kids they wrong. Don't talk to your mom like that. Don't do this. And we've seen it. Oh, I've seen it. I've been there. I watched the boy walk away, disrespect his mom. Coach ain't stop him, intervene or nothing. The mom like, you're not gonna keep on talking to me like that. Get in this car. Coach should have stopped him, grabbed him by his shirt. Let me holler at you, young bull. Instead, coach went on about his business. So not all coaches got good intentions. Not all of them look out for the best interests of these kids.
So
they
we're
come,
gonna
they do
harp
their
on the
job,
ones
and
that
live.
don't have good
no,
intentions.
Well, are we gonna harp on the ones that always do? Like,
Why
come
not?
on, because if the
We
mom
wanna
is
I'm
doing
telling
it,
you,
right?
if
the
that
mom is
coach
doing
don't
by
do it,
herself, give her the fucking credit.
A
If the
male will find a male figure to stick behind. It's been like that since the dawn of time. I don't care that my mom is there. I'm letting you know as a male, that is why so many kids end up being hustlers. Because they go to these corners and they find what we call what, Pierre? My old head, right? My OG. And when you don't find one of these equations somewhere, a young male will find a male that he clings to. Yes, his mother will be the ground zero, but he will find this male that he's
y'all
going to
want
cling
credit
to.
for some shit y'all don't do. That's all I'm saying.
How?
Moms have been doing this for years by themselves. You can keep saying with the back doors, what the back rooms had in them. At the end of the day, the mom got him to practice. The mom got him, picked him up from practice. The mom fed him. The mom clothed him. The fucking mom. He went to school. Yes, he had a male teacher. That male teacher did not tell him, don't go home and disrespect your mom.
That's a shame.
What's the shame?
So as a female, right?
As a female.
I'm a male father. And if I had a female daughter, which I know many guys that are male parents with female daughters. Those little women didn't go find a woman to cling to understand a woman's side of things.
Not a lot of them.
Huh? I'm talking about whether it was in the church, whether it was in the masjid, whether it was her auntie, whether it was her big sis, the girl she called big sis over here. Women do it all the time. The same way with a male. A male will find a brotherhood. It will happen. And the mom can be doing everything she want to do. That's why so many little black boys fall victim to gangs. Because they find a male to be there that can explain to them certain things that a woman can't explain.
The mom did it. She gets the kudos. He gave her the platform to say, you are my MVP.
We're not saying that the mom wasn't the platform or the foundation.
Man to the equation
no, I'm saying it is.
You said it.
I'm telling you. Did you? All right, guess who?
You said it.
Did you watch the Mike Tyson story?
Absolutely.
You said it.
His dad was nowhere. He was there with his mother.
Right.
What did he cling to? His whole life, he went and clinged to different males. Trying to figure out what was going on. First, he was in street gangs following males. Right. Then he finally went to jail. He found a white coach that started helping him. Right. He left that coach and went to another coach. Right. Not because he didn't love his mom. He always went home to his mom. His mom was his foundation.
But how do you know how to be a man?
But you can't find out how to be a man
unless you follow other men.
It's not that we're saying, oh, this male did more than my mom. It's just that's just what males do.
The mom did it.
Nobody's taking
and that attitude is what got these little boys where they at right now.
Right.
These little boys will be hurt because we click everybody else off like it's just me.
No,
everybody acts like it's just me. It's not a me thing.
How they are and acting how they are is because these men, these so-called men in the community, are not stepping the fuck up. Okay. That's why.
So how many men do you know that don't step the fuck up?
Bro, I ain't gonna get personal on here. All I know is it's not enough men stepping up.
How many men do you know?
I know enough of them.
Do you know men that are stepping up?
I know some that step up when they feel as though it's beneficial to them.
So majority of the men that are stepping up now are only stepping up because they find it beneficial to them?
Some way, somehow. Oh, he good at sports. We gonna make sure he get the. I'll make sure he get the basketball practice. I'll make sure he get the football practice.
You know me.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure he do this.
You know me. How do you view me?
Ask me how my son doing. Exactly. When was the last time you asked me how my son was doing? Exactly. Tell me where.
That's how you just equated it?
Yeah, that's
it. Is that how you just equated it?
Hold on, I'm your sister. I'm your sister.
Nah, you can't equate it like that. Nah.
I can.
So you're saying it's all for benefit. What the fuck I benefit from little Pierre then?
Nothing.
Being there for him.
No. Hold on. It's not. I didn't say. I said some are for benefit. Some are for benefit, and some just not doing it. You can't say. But like I said, ask me how my son doing. Well, when was the last time you asked me how my son doing?
We didn't
Since
have
you know where his father.
We didn't have a conversation. I was in the house. We didn't have a conversation. Whoa, stop.
I talk to you on the phone. How many days a week?
Stop.
I'm just saying. You asked me a question. I gave you an answer.
And I want to answer that question. I wasn't in your house and I wasn't talking to the Cheeks last time I was there.
What was y'all talking about?
I was asking him how school was. I asked him what he was up to. I asked him what was up with his girlfriend that he claimed he had. I seen him at the homecoming game. You feel me? I talked to him there. I don't know if there's a problem now unless you tell me. If there's a fucking problem,
you don't know it's a problem unless you ask.
Do you ask me what's up with JP? Do you ask me what's up with Pilar? Do you ask me what's up with Taylor?
Oh, we talk about Pilar all the time.
Right.
You can't ask me about Taylor and JP.
So what I'm saying is, unless I bring you that information, that's how it works. I cannot possibly be in tune with all the kids that are in my life and that my friends have and that I have and that I got responsibility. So if I call you on the phone and you got a problem with your son, you say that shit to me, I'm gonna pull the fuck up. And what I do is what I do because you called me and you told me about it.
So if I call you on the phone and say, hey, are you busy?
Right.
I'm calling you for a reason, right?
Right.
I called Kenny and said, hey, are you busy? He told me yes. I said, okay. I still never got to tell him what was going on with my son because I dealt with what he had going on first.
Right. Well, you did tell me.
After I dealt with what you had going on. Bro, I was at the school with a gun, bro.
Nah, after last
time. Hold on. I'm not going to put all this thing personal out here on the thing, right?
Right.
But you can't, see, this is what you do sometimes, Nathan. You can't do that. You can't, you sometimes elevate, people can't, this is what all people do. They make their problem seem like it's worse than the next person's problem. While you were going through your situation, when the time you got to me, I was left from where? Going through my situation, which to me was just as equal as your situation. I heard out your situation and I had my situation. You didn't go at arms over my situation. You listened to it, heard it. I heard what your situation was. Bang, boom, pow. None of us can raise up arms and go across the world for a situation.
I've been calling you for 3 days about my situation. Hands down. Hands down.
Did you call me?
He was there.
Did you call me?
Let me tell you, right?
Yes or
Him and I
no?
hang out every morning.
You text me the other morning.
No,
you said,
me and you haven't been hanging out every morning
Exactly.
because I've been going through something for a couple mornings now. My situation didn't just happen. So this is how I know. You didn't even know about my situation until I just told you the other day. Come on, man, you can't do that. And I don't put my situation on you as if, oh, damn, you with me every day, so it's your fault you ain't there to help me. You can't do that. That's not how that works.
I didn't know there was a problem with Cheeks. I didn't know. Nobody,
You can't do
nobody
that,
told
though.
me. Kenny didn't tell me. You feel me? And because you,
I deal with it.
but
And I go on
but you
every
text
day.
me the other day and you asked me for a ride, and I said, yeah, I'm on my way, and I picked you up, and you didn't mention nothing to me.
Even more of the reason.
And I asked you
probably was a good day.
whether it was a good day or not. I asked you. I said, everything okay?
No, you didn't.
Now, if we in the car having a conversation, you asked me, is everything okay with me? I said, what's up with you?
But we was talking about something completely different. You didn't ask me was everything okay.
I didn't ask you what's up with you.
All right, 12:30, time to end the show.
All right.
It's what?
Morning meeting, man. We are back, man. Catch us Monday and Friday. And listen, it's the first time we've been here, so, you know, I understand if it was a little sketchy today, but deal with it, man. This is the morning meeting. Not for tea.
Yes.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling fine.
You coming back Monday?
Monday it is.
Monday it is. Kenny.
I am proud to be, I don't want to say the J word and I don't want to say the N word, so I'll just say,
You a Hebrew tonight?
God bless the avenue
God bless the avenue.
of the states.
What you will allow is what will continue from yourself as well as others. Your boundaries are a bridge that leads you to a better you. Set them, respect them. CMPRadio.net. It's your boy Uncle P, man. I want y'all to have a great day today. It's Friday. Go out. You cooking today now?
Yeah, I'm supposed to.
Hit up Nerds Family Kitchen, man. Make sure you get some food from her. You feel me? You already know. This is family. CMPRadio.net. We're out of here, man.
Come and take the wave, get you niggas play with it, play with it, play with it.
Yeah, it's Black Excellence. It's Black Excellence. Yeah, you know it ain't no half-stepping when repping for Black Excellence. Just a perfectionist perfecting shit. Don't shoot the messenger. Shit, I mean I'm here cause I care.